Brighton versus Manchester United. Proper excited for this one. I don't know how you're all feeling, but very excited for this one. Yeah, very excited. Ollie in and all that jazz. Team news about to come in. Positivity Saturday. Look, whatever's going on off the pitch, and we know it's an embarrassment, we need to get the 3 points today. We want to see a really good performance from Manchester United, a good 3 points, and a game where we, just get rid of some of this negativity that is around Ollie and the team. I think, we all know we need to improve. We definitely need to improve. I'm not going to argue about that. We do. But let's get this show on the road, this Premier League show on the road for Manchester United. It's got to be about 3 points today. And look, maybe there is going to be some negativity. Maybe we are going to be moaning later. But how I feel at the moment, how we should feel about this game, is that we get behind the team, we get behind the manager, and we get the 3 points. And then next week we get after them. We get after that board, that incompetent board that sent us into this season ill-prepared. We get after them. We don't forget that, but we go with the players and the manager today, and we get the 3 points against them. I don't know what the team news is. Some people are talking about Lindelof starting. I've not seen anything. I've not been told anything. I've seen a few leaked teams, but to be honest with you, I did say he might start Lindelof in this game. If he does do that, then look, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that. I think that we needed to go with Bailly. I hope McTominay's nowhere near the team. And look, the Pogba Van der Beek thing is interesting to me as well. How's he going to go with that? But look, we will be talking about the team news very, very shortly. Matic is apparently back. Lindelof is starting. I'm surprised. I'm surprised if that happens, but we don't know. We don't know for definite until that team is out. So we'll see what goes with that. But look, I've just got in. My daughter's won 5-0. She scored the 5th goal. Good, cold, brisk morning. Getting into that football spirit of an autumnal run to Christmas. Feel good vibes. Let's get these feel good vibes around Manchester United today. Let's get those 3 points. And look, let's not forget, this is not. Crystal Palace last week was not good, but we must come back. We must start today. And look, I'm going to be one of the first ones to say that if we lose today, there's big problems with this football club. Bigger problems than we actually maybe want to admit. Because when the off-field activity around signings and lack of backing for the manager starts to infect the results on the pitch, that becomes a problem. But heard a rumour that United got a bid rejected for Philip. Says Ice. Oh, I'm not even going to read your names. And Ihab says he's back. I'm confident today, says Akil, who is one of our members. And great win for your daughter's team, says Arky. And hi Mark, have you received super chats from people from South Africa before? Says not available in my region. It might not be available, Davinson. I don't know about that. I wish Lindelof was playing, says Samuel and Dunga. There is a league team here from Derek. He says it's De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Maguire, Shaw, Pogba, Matic, Fernandes, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford. We can get something from this today. So yeah, look, if that is the leaked team, I don't think we've got a massive problem with that. I mean, if Pogba's fit to play, then Pogba's going to play, isn't he? I said last night that I would have liked to have seen Van der Beek playing, but if Pogba's fully fit, then that's on the manager, isn't it? He's got to go with that. Simple as. Why don't people listen to what I'm saying? Right, let's start this match fast and take the game to Brighton, not slow, and go 1-0 down, says Michael Howell. Well, my score prediction for this game is 3-0 to United. Do I want Lindelof to start? No. I want Eric Bailly to start. I think Lindelof and Maguire don't work. I'd rather see Lindelof and Bailly. I don't care if it's Lindelof and Bailly. I don't think Maguire is, this great. I don't think he should be free from criticism himself. But I would definitely go with that. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for everyone who's joining the members club. Please smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. We're very close to 845,000, which would be nice to hit. James Jimmy Jones says I'm going to go 5-1 to United. Look, I've got Anthony Martial as my fancy Premier League captain today. I think that when we played Brighton twice last season, there's a lot of goals, there's a lot of chances in that scenario. If Lindelof is playing and Pogba, then Ollie isn't helping himself at all, says Dave MUFC Whitehead. I think in relation to Pogba, there is more of a reason to pick Paul Pogba than there is to pick Lindelof. Pogba is an important player for Manchester United. There is no question about that. I'm just going to check if I can get you this team news a little bit quick. I'm very rushed this morning, and the reason I'm very rushed this morning is because I've been out myself watching football, as some of you may have heard me say. But this team news for United is out, I believe. People are going mad in the live comments. Always exciting when you get the team news. Dun, dun, dun. Pick the team. No, he hasn't put it out yet. Hold on. Whoa. Why on your phone don't they read? Why do you have to go through all the bloody text, their messages? Get the team out. Here's the team news for today. Pogba, Matic, Lindelof. Fucking hell. For fucking hell. What the fuck? Like, what the bloody hell? Sorry. You get instant reaction here. Lindelof starts. What the bloody hell is he doing? Like, what do you need to get? I'm fuming with that. I'm absolutely bloody fuming with that. He cost us 3 points last week. Like, what's bloody going on? I think that's shocking. I really do. Look, yeah, everybody knows I back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but that is a bloody joke. It's a bloody joke. Like, what is he up to? They don't work. As a partnership, they don't bloody work. He cost us 3 points last week. What more do you... It's Manchester United, for God's sake. It's Manchester United. What have you got to do to get bloody dropped? You know, set fire to the bloody grass. Tip petrol on the goal and punch David De Gea in the face. What has he got to do to get dropped? That's a bloody disgrace. This is 3 Premier League points here. We're not playing a bloody pantomime. This is the bloody Godfather trilogy. This is Manchester United, not bloody Cinderella with the ugly sisters at centre-back. Bloody hell. Come on, sort it out. Look, I love Ollie. I back Ollie, and I want us to win today, and I think we will win today. But that's wrong. That's the wrong decision. That is a bad decision, that is. I've also got to change my lineup, but basically the lineup I've got up on the screen there is wrong. Pogba comes out, Pogba instead of Donny van der Beek, which, you know, it is what it is on that one, I suppose. But Lindelof starting. I mean, look, you know what? I did say this. I've got to correct myself here. Now, this is what happens in match reactions, goal reactions, and team news reactions. You put your heart on your sleeve and you react to it. That's what you get on the United stand. That's why you're all fantastic. That's why we've got a great community. You know, I'm starting to calm down now. The blood pressure's starting to drop. But look, I said it in my preview. Eric Bailly should start. But I've got a feeling that he might start Lindelof. And lo and behold, he's gone and done exactly that. And I think it's a mistake. And I think it's wrong. I think it sends the wrong message out. You know, Lindelof was absolutely dropped. Why would you not drop him? He was absolutely crap last week. If you can't get dropped for that, how do you get dropped from a Manchester United side? It's wrong. It's wrong in my opinion. It sends the wrong message out. Unless Eric Bailly's got an injury, but I'm being told he's on the bench. To me, that is just... I don't get it. You're risking 3 points for a player who deserves to be dropped. And I like Lindelof. I do like Lindelof. I'm not going to say I don't. I do like Lindelof. But to me, that is not the right decision. De Gea. So Eric Bailly's on the bench. Donny van der Beek is on the bench. McTominay, Fred, Lingard, Fosu Mensah on the bench. I mean, you know, where's Zagallo on the bench? Where's our attacking options on the bench there? Where's Dan James? That's a very defensive bench. 2 defenders and 4 midfielders. No attacker on the bench. I mean, the bench is shit as well. Lingard, Fred, McTominay, Van der Beek. Where's the striker? Where's the winger? Poor selection again. I've got to be honest. It's a poor team selection again. We should be all right in winning this game. Remember, Alan Lallana plays for them. Lamptey's fit as well. But that's not a good bench either. You know, if we pick up an injury, I wouldn't want to sub any of the front 3 anyway. But yeah, I'm not feeling that. But there is your lineup. I've got the lineup for you on the screen. Let's have a look what people are saying. Dan James not on the bench, says Wadu. Neither is Zagallo. See how he does first. 2 goals from him. Are you still maddish? says Chelsea. 2 goals from who? What are you talking about? No striker on the bench, says Savio. And Lingard is your attacking threat, says Daily Smith. And did you see how long it took Ollie to drop Dan James for Mason Greenwood, says Joshua. And Chelsea says, do you have the right lineup? Some guys say starting... Chelsea, if you listen to me, I was changing the lineup. It was a predicted lineup, but I have to change it. I'm not Superman. I can't just go, ba-da, there's the lineup when it's unexpected. Stephen McManaman looks an absolute prat. He looks like he's wearing his mum's coat. If you've got BT Sports on, Steve McManaman is a multimillionaire and he looks like he's wearing his mum's coat. When has Bay ever played 90 minutes in a row? He might not be fit enough for that yet, says MS Smiley. But this is why we needed to sign a centre-back. You need to sign a centre-back because we clearly haven't got... it sends the wrong message out. This is why Man United needed a centre-back, because Lindelof can cost us 3 points and he starts in a game. Welcome to James Russell, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. Rudy Cox, that's Ollie for you. Doesn't learn from his mistakes. It will be his downfall. Ed needs to go. We need a GoFundMe to pay the Glazers to sack Ed. And since James isn't on the bench, could it be that he's going to leave, says Dejan? I think United, I've said this last night, I do think that he will be moved on. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. We're trying to get up to 845,000 subscribers today. And also, we've got... feel like Lindelof deserves this second chance, says Go Rangers. I don't. And it's all about opinion. And for fuck's sake, can't believe he's persisted with Lindelof, says Jared Kennedy. And since James isn't on the bench, could he leave? We've read that one from Dejan. McTominay isn't starting, says Chelsea Hulsland. Yeah, I know. He's not on there. And James Russell's latest with the United Stand Members Club. Thank you very much for joining, James. Right, so there is your team news. Obviously, De Gea was never going to be dropped. I don't think that was viable to do that. Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw back as fullbacks, Lindelof and Maguire at centre-back. Matic back will give us some stability. I mean, that's very important that there's no Matic. Pogba and Bruno, another chance for Pogba. I don't have a problem with that. And then the front three, as we would expect. So, look, that team's strong enough to win this game. I don't think there's any doubts about that. But I do have my doubts about the team centre-back. Is it possible Ollie has chosen this bench to show the Broad he really needs a strong attacking player, says Carl Martin? No. Games at 6:30 a.m. in US, had to stay up all night. I'm thinking Bruno, Van der Beek and Matic. Pogba will be more useful as a sub. I hate to say it. We'll check the team news out because Pogba's starting. Martial for first goal. Let's stop worrying about the negative and start this game with a positive mindset. We will still get a very deadly team on the park, says Thomas Lloyd Evans. Our bench players are not good enough. That is why we need to sign Sancho and Telles ASAP, says Mavus. Is not putting James and Agallo on the bench Ollie's way of telling the board he can't trust them and needs signing, says Vaz. And we have more defenders than Brighton in our club. You cannot give up on a player because he had one bad game. Don't forget he has done a lot good as well, says Ronald Jacob. So the Lindelof sympathisers are coming out. And this is part of why fans turned on Ollie last season. He didn't get back, sure, but then selections, tactics, misleading quotes in the media caused the problem, says Southpaw Love Sports. We've got Flex. How you doing, pal? I thought we had Flex. I thought I could hear him in there. Anybody can hear Flex? No, we'll just carry on talking.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, all good, man.
What's your thoughts on the team news then? I think the big one is, I think we thought we were going to be talking about the Pogba Van der Beek thing, which I think is a valuable thing. I personally would have started Van der Beek over Pogba. I don't think Pogba looked ready to me, but Ollie's gone and pulled something out of the hat here that's really caused a lot of people a lot of... it's a big divisive thing. Eric Bailly sits on the bench and Victor Lindelof, who cost us 3 points last week, gets a big chance. I've got to be honest. I love Ollie. I want him to do well. And, maybe, the thing that annoys me the most is I think Lindelof probably will play well today and then he'll stay the number one and then another mistake will happen. I thought it was the perfect opportunity to actually start changing the centre-back partnership. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I literally said the same thing, that... it was the perfect time to do it, and I don't know what Eric Bailly's got to do to get a start. And also, I just think it sends out the wrong message. It sends out the wrong message to the likes of Eric Bailly. It just doesn't fancy him. Because also, if they do keep a clean sheet today, which Brighton have set out an attacking side today. To be fair, if they do keep a clean sheet today, it just masks what we already know is not a good centre back partnership. They had some clean sheets last year. Does it mean that when it really matters against the better sides, or not even the better sides, just players that can cause them trouble? That's just what it is. It's not even like, no disrespect to Brighton, because clearly they can play good football and they can hurt us today. I'm not being disrespectful, but you wouldn't class Brighton as to us in terms of one of the better sides. I mean, one of the top 6. But really, the problems that we have with our centre backs is just any player who's mobile and quick and can get at you and direct, i.e. Ayew, i.e. Zaha, Mopé, Trossard, players like this that are quick, nimble, who can get at you. We just struggle. We just struggle, mate. So this was the perfect opportunity for Ollie to say, do you know what, Eric? I need to get some game time out of you. But in my opinion, he's bottled it. He's bottled making a big choice after only the second game of the season. He wants a little bit of woo, so he wants a bit of calm. And this is what Ollie's thinking, in my opinion. He's thinking, let me just get that. That's our starting team in terms of, we know the Lindelof situation. But apart from that, that's what everyone says is our best team. Yeah. And it's like Ollie wants to kind of just let them go again. Let them try and get into it and not hit the panic stations after one game, so that once they win this game, if they do, he can sort of say, look, the first 11's building. There's not even no Dan James on the bench, which, okay, fair enough. We don't know why yet. We haven't heard Ollie speak.
No
striker. It just shows where we're at. No Matter on the bench? Or is Matter on the bench, actually?
No, Matter's not on the bench. Lingard's on the bench. So people who don't know the bench is Henderson, Bailly, Fosu-Mensah, Van der Beek, McTominay, Fred, Lingard, I think. I mean, to me, that's an imbalanced bench as well. I mean, we can talk about that. That's a very imbalanced bench. There's no striker. There's no real attacker. I mean, I suppose Lingard could play off the wing, but you've got 3 midfielders. To me, I think he's bottled that as well. I think it's like he doesn't not want to put McTominay or Fred on the bench, because Van der Beek, you only need 2. You only need 2. You should always have a striker on the bench. What if Martial pulls his hamstring and Rashford breaks his leg? Touch wood, that won't happen. Yeah. You're going to have to play Van der Beek and Lindelof as strikers. So, it's an imbalanced. I think he's bottled 2 big decisions there. And look, and I'm
There's
not.
Got to be a reason.
I back Ollie. I back Ollie. I want him to do well. I'm 100% behind Ollie, but I'm not going to pull up things that are not acceptable. That bench is cowardly. It's that you've got to put an attacking option on there, whether it's Dan James or Ighalo. You've got to have an attacking option.
He thinks Jesse, the attacking option. He thinks Jesse can come on and do a job attacking wise, definitely. And he obviously, Van der Beek is an attacking option from midfield though. But in terms of the front, like, I'm not going to lie though. What's his face? Ighalo looked horrendous against Luton.
Shit. He is shit. Yeah.
He couldn't move, Mark. Like since lockdown,
120 grand a week we're paying on him, and that last gasp, that last desperate embarrassing thing looks embarrassing now.
He does. Like, don't get me wrong. When he come in, he looked like he's a decent little option off the bench in the lesser games. Scored some good goals. He actually looked quite sharp and looked quite mobile. I don't know what anyone else thinks, or whether I'm just being over the top. But when I look at him now, post lockdown, he looked like he can't move, Mark. He like can't run. He can't move. As well as his touch is baggy. So I worry about that. So to be fair, I'm not really. I know we need a striker. It just shows where we're at. And even in January, I did say, even when we signed Ighalo until January, we're just going to get to January and then not have a striker for the second half of the season again. So that was, we needed to sort that for a whole year if they were going to keep him. But on the looks of it now,
look a mess.
It could be for the best anyway, because he looks like he can't move. So yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't look good.
Rahul, just a few super chats. Says, I'm confident we'll win this one, but Lindelof and Maguire partnership scares me. These two just cannot play together. Gutted that Bailly's not starting. We'll come back to that, because I think that's the point I want to sort of address a little bit more. We've got to relax a bit. He basically chose the same team as we were expecting before the season, and all in the comments are going, Ollie out and PE teacher. It's not fair on Ollie, says Chelsea. We'll talk about that. How does McTominay get dropped and Lindelof doesn't? If there was one player who was worse than Scott last week, it was him, says Luke. Exactly. And Ighalo was awful against Luton. Sadly, we have no attacking options. Glazers out, says Johnny Bologna. And where is Jaden, says Ando. Probably playing for Dortmund today. But I like the way the super chats and the comments work sometimes, because you get a comment and then you go to the next one and they sort of justify it. We lost last week because of McTominay, because he did not cover properly. Yes, Lindelof was weakly bad, but with Matic he gets a boost in confidence. Ronald, look, I'll back Lindelof. I like Lindelof. I don't actually think the gap between Lindelof and Maguire is that big. I've always said that. I think Maguire's played poorly. But where I have an issue, Flex and everybody, is that he cost us 3 points last week. He played shit. He was absolutely terrible. Bailly played well in midweek. I don't know what more Eric Bailly needs to do. Eric Bailly played at centre-back for us in February away to Chelsea in the league. He played really well and got dropped next game for Lindelof. Ollie keeps doing this. Even yesterday in his press conference, he made us believe that Bailly was going to play. He says, we've got Eric and Harry back together now. They're really good together. And then Victor Lindelof comes in. And
it's what KG always says. KG always says, Ollie lies. He's a liar.
But my big problem is, I know for a fact, look, I'm a Man United fan. I want us to win titles. You know, today I think Brighton's a big game because of the circumstances we've gone into this season. Ordinarily, Brighton's not a big game for us, and it never should be. But it is because of the circumstances today. We will beat Brighton today, I think. And I think we may get a clean sheet. And everyone will go, well, Ollie's right. He's not right, because we're trying to win a title. We're trying to be title challengers. And I'm telling you now, and I've been proven right before, Lindelof and Maguire will never win us a title. So what have we got now? Another season of Lindelof and Maguire. So we're not going to get close to being a title challenger with those two. And that's what annoys me. He had an opportunity today to set his stall out and go with Bailly and Maguire, and he hasn't. Because we're not going to sign a centre-back. We should have bloody bought one.
We should have. I mean, it's just leaving us in a position where I just think the inevitable's going to happen. And you know what it's like as football fans. If we get a clean sheet today, it's, why are these prats moaning? Well, they see, look, sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, they kept a clean sheet. But it masks what's going to happen during the rest of the season. We've seen the evidence already. We've seen when it doesn't work. We might get out of jail today and keep a clean sheet.
Spurs next week.
Play very well. Spurs next week. Son, Kane.
Pace running at those two.
You know what I mean?
This was a chance to get Eric Bailly in that team settled.
Playing. I mean, maybe, and this is me trying to be glass half full. He plays 90 minutes against Brighton again midweek because we got them in the cup. And then that's Eric Bailly with 90 minutes in his tank in a week. And then he can maybe come into that. But Ollie, I think doesn't want to upset the apple cart, because I think he knows once he puts Eric Bailly in this early, I think he knows that Lindelof's confidence is down, and then that's it. He can't change it, so he won't want to upset the apple cart. Especially if they win today, he'll be like, "Well, I won't change a winning team. That's our first win in the season. It's unfair to Victor. You know, he's done well."
At the end of the day, he bloody well loves Victor Lindelof, and I think, look, you know what? Some managers are. You know, they're just like that. They have their favourites, don't they? And I think that's what he does. To be fair to Ollie, this is his best team. Why do Ighalo and James deserve to be on the bench, as Yaz has said? I don't understand why we got a midfielder when we have class midfield subs already. Yeah. We needed a defender and a forward, says Matt Young. Never agreed with Ollie out comments, but how long before we can defend him? Decisions are becoming criminal. Lindelof and Pogba needs arrest. Criminal, says Jeff. Lindelof is a better defender than Bailly, but after that game he deserved to be dropped, says William. It's the pace thing. It's not about the talent. It's the balance. Jake Howard says maybe Ollie purposely not putting an attacker on the bench to show the board, says Jake Howard. And Van der Beek is too good to sit on our bench, says Nick P. Look, I've got to say, I don't know what you think, Flex, or everybody. I've got to say, to me this is a little bit like the whole let's play Wan-Bissaka as a centre defensive midfielder. When Manchester United Football Club, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not going to sabotage his bench in the hope that the Glazers are going to buy him a midfielder. He's got to pick his best team. So look, Ollie's picked the bench and he's picked the team that he thinks. I will love it if we win today. I want to back Ollie, and I do back Ollie. But what I would say, I back Ollie 100%. I'm totally against anyone calling him a PE teacher or a Wally or anything like that. I think it totally lacks respect. I think we've got a good enough team out there to win today. But I'm not going to give him a free pass when he does something that, to me, sends the wrong message out. Whether we're right or we're wrong, there's an argument going on as to why Lindelof should start. And that, to me, is a big clue that is a contentious decision. Why is it a contentious decision? Because he lost us 3 points last week. He played absolutely terrible. And if you do that in a United shirt, you should run the risk of being dropped. I mean, look, imagine if it was De Gea last week who'd made 2 mistakes. You'd be crying blue murder that Henderson's not starting this week and De Gea is. It's the wrong message to send out. Why does Lindelof, Harry Maguire get a free pass to just get away with it? Oh, just do it again. Do it again. Do it again. And I think it sends the wrong message.
It does. And not even just to the fans. More importantly to anyone, it sends the wrong message to the players. We all been in football change rooms. We've all been in football setups. And when you're playing, if you see a player playing in your position who's playing awful, you're going and knocking the manager's door, or you're ringing them up. You're saying, what's going on? Why can't I get an opportunity? You start to think it's personal. And I think that, yes, Eric Bailly's had his injury problems. We know that. He can't stay fit. But right now, he seems fit. He seems ready to go. Played well against Luton. And if there wasn't, as a manager, you're kind of, I know they won't admit it, but managers, unless they're completely ruthless, managers look for a good time to make a change. Do you know what I mean? They look for a perfect time to kind of change up something, either off the back of a bad result or a back of an individually bad performance or a mistake. Lindelof done 3 last week. Yes, the handball, okay, technically that shouldn't have been 1, so let's say 2. But he was involved in a lot of our bad moments. If you were going to do it, you do it now. You do it at the beginning of the season. You do it early doors and set your stall out and show the players that you mean business. Show the players that you're not going to stand for any shit and you need to be accountable for your performances. That is, to me, is the best way of showing that you mean business this season, because that actually, you either get players who rise up to the challenge, who go flipping out, I need to be on my game. Like, if not, Ollie's not going to pick me. Yeah. But again, just like like it was for De Gea last season when he didn't have any real competition. Do you think Lindelof's sitting there worried that Bailly's breathing down his back? Do you think he got on the coach home after the Crystal Palace game and looked across at Bailly or whatever, or was thinking, Bailly's going to be in for me next game? Although he was, because it was a cup game. But do you know what I mean? If it was a league game, he's probably thinking, Ollie's my guy. I'm Ollie's guy. Do you know what I mean? Bailly's not going to displace me, and that's the problem. Lindelof himself needs to feel it. Sometimes you need to take players out of the firing line so they can actually go, I need to butt my ideas up. I need to butt my ideas up because Bailly's onto me. And if I don't step it up or show something here, start training harder, start performing better, then Bailly's going to take my spot. But we don't have that genuine contention from Bailly because Ollie won't let it happen.
I agree. And look, let me just go through the super chats and I'll come back on something else. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. We're only 200 subscribers away from 845. Let's see if we can do that before kickoff. Bottom right-hand corner. Loads of content. We've got a new surprise for you today, Match Reaction, which Flex will be talking to you in a minute, actually. Really excited about what we've got planned. The match day experience on the United stand is going up a level. But Vivian says, Mark, we will definitely concede on set pieces. Lindelof decision poor. Brighton also have tall defenders who can help the ball past De Gea, says Vivian. They're playing a 3-4-3, expecting their fullbacks to be blasting crosses into the box, which centre-backs get bullied in the air easier. Ollie's got it wrong. I hate having to go at Ollie, but for fuck's sake, his team selections do my head in sometimes, says Robbo. How Lindelof keeps on getting into the team ahead of Bay is mystery. I can't back Ollie today. In a one-on-one position, Lindelof is poor. Advocate, look, I'm calming down now. I am calming down. I didn't like that team. I didn't. But you've got to get. I've got. Look, I'll give you a hint. This t-shirt underneath, it's Martial. Still a strong team. Fitness levels are up. Lindelof questionable, but team will be focused and show improved performances. Patrick, I think that's where we need to get back into. And also, let's talk about the positive. He has dropped Scott McTominay, who didn't play midweek. Look, we could be looking at that team with McTominay in the holding midfield role. So look, he did drop McTominay. That was the right thing to do. He just didn't get it right with Lindelof, but. Maybe I don't get it. I really don't get it. But we've got to move on from it. Of course we have. Lads, you're getting carried away. Eric Bailly is not reliable, says Ben Lennon, and I think that's a good point. And why is Ollie so stubborn with the lineup, says Fardine? Look, I did want to say that as well. I've got to be honest. Eric Bailly ain't all that. He ain't all that. This whole, Eric Bailly and Maguire are going to be a centre-back partnership that win the league.
No, this is just the best of what we got right now.
Yeah, I've said this before. Lindelof and Maguire never going to win you a title, never even going to get you in a title challenge. Centre-back partnerships are important, but I'll say the same. Eric Bailly and Maguire ain't going to win us a title. The only reason I'd go with Bailly Flex over Lindelof is because you need synergy in a partnership. And Lindelof and Maguire are too similar and they lack pace. At least Bailly and Maguire, they have the pace there. And it's just a better balanced centre-back pairing. It still won't win us the title as far as I'm concerned. So, I'm not saying Eric Bailly's the be-all and end-all. He's quite calamitous, actually, to be fair. But I just think it would have given us more balance in the centre-back area.
Absolutely. That's just it. I don't think Manchester United fans are thinking we don't even need to buy a centre-back. All we need to do is play Bailly next to Maguire. Of course not. We need a centre-back. And look, I'm still under no illusions or forgetting about his his injury problems. I get it. Like, you do always get worried when Eric Bailly goes in for a tackle. But I'm saying just play him until that happens. You never know. Maybe this is the season where he stays fit. Maybe this is where he can go on a 10-game run of starting 10 Premier League games in a row or something like that. Let him build. Let him see. Let's see how his body reacts. Don't get me wrong. From Ollie's point of view, he's probably saying, listen, I've tried it before, and every time I try and count on him, he just gets injured. I get it. So he's probably stuck with Lindelof. But right now, with what we're seeing, he's got to play. He's got to play, man. I don't understand. And Lamptey as well on one side, and that will be the side that Lindelof is closest to. Lindelof, I know. No, sorry, that left centre back. No, it won't be actually. But still, there could be a problem where with Harry Maguire and down that side, you've got Lamptey, and you might need the recovery pace of Bailly on a counter attack, or you've got Mopé in there. He's mobile. You've got Trossard in there. He's tricky. Lallana's not pacey, no, but you know what I mean. So they've got attacking players, and they do go forward quite quickly. Do you know what I mean? So for me, you're looking at needing Bailly. You just need him. You know this.
Don't you think Bailly's a red card risk though? Says Curly. Yeah, I think he is, but Victor Lindelof's a handball risk, isn't he? Having just said in the press conference he's not there to keep players happy. Lindelof's confidence should not be prioritised, says Gregor. We said some games ago that Bailly was too unstable in injury, and he said he wasn't good enough, and suddenly he's missed his perfect. Well, Chelsea, I think we're saying exactly that's not the case. But Sean Turner says Eric Bailly's awful. I think he can play out from the back. He can't. Flies into tackles, always a risk. All he has over Victor is speed. That's it. And that's it, Sean. I think you've hit the nail on the head in a rather negative way. I think he's actually very good in the air, Eric Bailly, as well. But look, I don't think he's the be-all and end-all. I don't think he gets anywhere near a Man City or a Liverpool team, which is where we're trying to get to. But it is that recovery pace. Talk about Spurs. We're playing them next week. That goal we conceded against Spurs after lockdown. Bergwijn, Lindelof is not quick enough to help Maguire out. Bailly would have put a tackle in there. Lindelof is literally a yard off stopping Bergwijn. That yard of pace Eric Bailly has got and more. Let's now also focus on Rashford and Martial. They need to start scoring as well. Love how Bruno said choose him in the Fantasy Premier League as I would be passing him enough. We need to start scoring, says Ronald Jacob. And Mark and Flex, I think they're all forgetting that Bailly played 90 minutes midweek. Surely with Bailly's injury record, he can't play 2 games in a week. Well, if he can't do that, sell him. This is Manchester United Football Club. If you can't play 2 games in a week, then sell him. Got to win. Ollie's got no excuses, says Dan Middleton. And Dan James is in Brighton with the squad on United Insta story. Weird, says Wadu. And welcome to the members club, Jonathan Barron. Really appreciate everyone who's becoming the member club. You get your little badge next to your name. Got some exciting stuff coming up with that very soon as well. You can click the join button and join. But also got an exciting show later on. So we've got the watch along all the way through till full time. Second half, you can do your player ratings on the website. Loving that. Then it's on to my match reaction funnily enough, and then the player ratings, which are voted for by you. And then straight after that, Flex, it's a brand new show. What are we doing? Yeah, brand new show, man. Me and KG will be live for at least an hour after your match reaction, just talking to fans. We're going to have Xander in there, Junior. We're going to have Sophie in there and some other fans that you guys haven't seen as well. And just open up the conversation, man, and interact with you guys. I think, after the game is when we all want to have our say the most. And we just want to try and maximise that and get even more people in talking. So, yeah, we'll still hear from Ricky and the fan cameras, a few of them as well, and my match reaction and stuff like that. And we'll still have a separate player rating show. But straight after the aftermath, to digest it all, we are going to be live, me and KG. So come and join us straight after March match reaction and continue to have your say. What I really like about this is just the match day experience on the United stand. From an hour before kickoff, talking about the team news, all live through the match reaction with your player ratings, and then another hour after that with Flex and guests talking about, you'll have Ollie's press conference reaction notes there, all you lot getting involved. So yeah, really excited to watch that. And the match day experience just gets bigger and more interactive on the United stand. So please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and don't go anywhere. Change tone from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, finally losing it with the board. Woodward equals no ambition or football knowledge, doesn't realise consistent investment is basic, says Matt Hayes, Tottenham blog. And what happened to Ollie saying it wasn't his job to make players happy? That suggested he was ruthless. This selection doesn't, says Chris Noble. I would have dropped Lindelof, but I do think him and Maguire are better with Matic in front of them, says Dazo W. And Lindelof is more scared than my granny. He never goes in for a tackle, needs to learn a thing or two from Vidic. He broke his nose for us. We need that, says Ronald Jacob. And Gamer playing against my team Luton today in the M1 derby. Garner, playing in the M1 derby. Watford against Luton. Good luck, United. You will need it, Brighton. Game. Dangerous, especially. Lamptey up the haters, says Tommy. That's your local derby, isn't it, as well?
It is really. I should be supporting Luton, but I've never really supported Luton. I wasn't born in Luton. I just live here. So James Garner, he's at Watford, so I want Watford to win.
Yeah, well, it's the same with Chongi, isn't it? At Werder Bremen. We hope he does well. I need to talk about the actual game itself. How do you think this game's going to go? You know, I've gone 3-0. Are you? What's your score prediction? How confident are you that United will win this game today?
Yeah, I went with a 2-0. I did go over 2-0 even beforehand. I just thought I'm fed up of going 2-1 and being right that we concede. So yeah, I've gone with a 2-0. Now Lindelof starting. You could argue like, oh, it's the same again, but I just got a feeling that it would be like a typical United thing where we get a weird 2-0 and then people are like, see, Lindelof's not that, he's not that bad, and I could just see that happening. But I think it's gonna be difficult. I do. I said it before when I was watching Lamptey against Newcastle and he played absolutely brilliantly.
Such a good player.
I said he's so good. And look, last season he was starting to do well, and we went there and won 3-0, and Rashford actually played pretty well in that game. But if Rashford doesn't buck his ideas up, and go up some gears, which he can do, he won't get any change out of Lamptey. He won't get, and it's going to be really interesting to see how Luke Shaw and Rashford work down that side, because since Shaw's come back in, obviously against Palace, they didn't look great. Neither did anyone. But now more than ever, we need to have the ball and be forcing Lamptey back the other way. We need to ask him, because if you let him, he will just fly forward, and Rashford will have a lot to do helping out Shaw going back the other way, which we don't want.
It's a big game, actually. Let's move away from the Lindelof thing, because we can moan forever. If anything, one thing United fans can do, we can moan forever. So let's move on from that. It's done. Let's see what happens. But I want to see Martial scoring today. I want to see a big performance from Bruno. I think Greenwood. We sleep on Greenwood. We know he's a fantastic player, but he's a game winner. But the two players I think are really important today are Marcus Rashford and Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba for a different reason. I think, what's his fitness like? Is he fit enough? If there's any question mark over Pogba's fitness today, I can't use the excuse because Donny van der Beek could have started.
Exactly.
Do you think he's got that decision right with Pogba? I suppose it all comes down to fitness, doesn't it? Is he ready?
It all comes down to fitness. I did say I said Bailly and Matic have to play for me, and I wouldn't even mind seeing Van der Beek start for either Bruno or Pogba, because I understand only one can play. And you probably lean more towards Pogba just because of he's been out with COVID and looked really off the pace against Palace. I can see why, not like the Lindelof situation. He's got a bit more of a reason to try and start Pogba. Pogba's a linchpin in the midfield. A fit and healthy Pogba makes us a million times better team when he's at it. We just need him to be at it more often. So I can see why Oli wants Pogba on the pitch, and the best way to get Pogba going is to give him games. It's just that when you look at Van der Beek, he just looks so ready to go and has played well in them 2 games, and most importantly, he's just fit and ready to go. You bring Pogba on 65th minute, 70th minute, whatever, change it up. Hello, this is the type of decisions that we wanted made for games like this. Early on, Pogba's not quite at it. We've got the quality in Van der Beek to bring to start. Bruno not quite at it. It's only the 3rd game of the season, but he's had a tough start. He's looking a bit leggy. Start Van der Beek. This is the exact reason that we've got him. So I want to see Oli be not afraid to do that, because we've been moaning about having squad depth for ages in that area. And Van der Beek, yes, we're so pissed off about the lack of signings, but it kind of makes us forget that we have a very good player on our hands in Van der Beek. So I want to see Oli not scared to start him over the household names, the bigger players. But I can see why he started him. And like I said, against Palace, and like I say about Pogba all the time, I just want to see Pogba do the simple things consistently. First 10, 15 minutes, Pogba doesn't need to be everywhere and pinging balls 30, 40, 50 yards. He just needs to play well, keep it simple, and play his way into the game and play quickly. Do you know what I mean? And I think he can do that.
Derek says, if I was Joe Glazer, why would I back a manager who makes decisions like that? Lindelof is wrong and there are no forward options on the bench. Gutted. Derek, I don't ever back the Glazers by saying it's to do with Ollie's team selections. They ain't sat there in America going, he's picked Lindelof again, let's not buy a player. They've done this multiple times. Lindelof being dropped would be a knee-jerk reaction at this early stage. Maguire is equally incompetent, but is untouchable because he's captain and was outrageously overpriced, says Mike. I agree. I don't think Harry Maguire should be captain. I mean, look, nobody spoke about that last week. It was all about Pogba. It was all about Bruno. Nobody said where was the leadership on the pitch, because Harry Maguire gets a free pass as captain. It's almost like he wears it as a, like a milk monitor. It's a sympathy vote. He's not a captain. I like Harry Maguire as a defender. I think he needs to focus on that. He's not a captain. He doesn't. I mean, look. I'm looking at BT now. Look at that defensive line. It's in a bloody diagonal shape. Harry Maguire's the captain of the team. If he can't tell Lindelof and Luke Shaw what to do, how can he tell the rest of the team what to do? But going back to that, I mean, high mark Lindelof Maguire only because everyone forgets how he carried Maguire last season, especially at the end. Could you also call my mate Kalen a prat, says Pizza Boy? I must admit I wanted Donny van der Beek to start today. My worry is if Paul Pogba doesn't have the elite Paul Pogba game, if Paul Pogba's a bit languid, if Paul Pogba's a little bit unfit, it also reflects badly on Ollie, because I think if you drop Donny van der Beek into that team, he's had a full pre-season, he's fit, he's raring to go. The Dutch league didn't play from March, so he's really fit, he's really ready to go, and I think if you dropped him into that team, you're going to get energy. So if we don't get an energetic Paul Pogba performance, I think that it probably is a mistake by Ollie on that. So I think Pogba's performance is really important. Marcus Rashford, in fairness, I know it was only Luton, but part of me was like, well, maybe Lingard should have played off the left today, because I know that sounds really ridiculous, and I'm almost smacking myself in the face for saying it, but Rashford's not been good for a long time. He's got, you can't. One thing I would say is you just can't do. You just can't do that. You can't just keep picking a player when they're not playing well. And this is why Sancho's so important.
Yeah, it is. I always say Marcus Rashford has zero competition in his spot. Which, when you're playing really well, it doesn't really matter. With Martial, although there is a Gallo to come in, or with Greenwood it's a bit different, but none of us are saying he doesn't have any genuine competition, because you can switch up and put Greenwood there or whatever. But with Rashford on the left-hand side, because Martial is the straight-up number 9 and isn't going to play on the left anymore for us, he has no competition. And his competition is Dan James and Lingard. And Lingard, Jesse hasn't been at it for a long time. And I know it was only against Luton, so now it's got that bleak that we're actually saying, maybe he should, that shows you where we're at. Dan James is never playing off the left. He's competition on the right. And Ollie always persists with Rashford for long periods, never takes him off, always starts him, unless he's got a big injury. So I think he could do with someone breathing down his neck, which is why when we were having, once we cleared it up, when we were having that talk about, Ismail Assar or other types of players, I'm saying we need some competition on that side. Do you know what I mean? For Rashford. And I don't think we have it. And he needs to do more. He really does need to do more. If he's not at it today, I'm telling you, he won't get any joy against Lamptey if he's not at it. Can he raise it? Of course he can. Has he got the ability to outdo Lamptey? Of course he can. He's been playing for years. But if he's not at it, he won't. And I just think Rashford is just... I don't think Rashford's really doing anything different right now. You know how we're really disappointed with him at the moment?
Yeah.
I just see Rashford doing what he's done in his United career so far, which is being consistent. Do you know what I mean? Just he'll have periods where he's a bit unplayable and playing really well, and then he'll go through another phase where he makes bad choices, gets frustrated, doesn't look like he's being very aggressive, looks like he's playing conservatively, looking like he's trying to play a pass rather than go at his man. Just inconsistent Marcus Rashford performances. So we just want to see that level out. I just want to see Marcus Rashford's performances level out. Give me, even if you're going to say that your optimum average is, say, a 7, and you rarely touch 8, 9s and 10s, give me just that consistent 7 then, Marcus. I can deal with that. But giving me an 8/9, then giving me a 4, then giving me a 5, then going to a 6, then going back up to an 8, I just think that's where he's struggling to get that consistency and level of performance, which it's not just him. It's not just him, but because we know how good he can be when he is good, it frustrates you that bit more.
You might not be able to hear this, but I'm just going to play out and see what Ricky's said.
Hello everyone, the team news is out from the Amex Arena, or the Amex Stadium I should say. United at Brighton today down on the south coast, and Ollie's gone back completely to his tried and trusted team that won 4 games on the bounce, when they won 4 games on the bounce by 3 goals. There was quite a lot of people thought Bailey might have come in for Lindelof today, but that's not happened. There was a lot of speculation whether Van der Beek might get a start. That also hasn't happened. So as I say, it's the exact same team that gave United a really good start after lockdown towards the end of last season. So the team is De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka at right back, Lindelof keeps his place at centre back next to Maguire, Luke Shaw at left back. Matic comes in as the defensive midfield player with Pogba and Bruno further forward, and then up front Greenwood, Marshall.
To be fair, Ricky, that's one of the most boring team news he's ever given.
What did he say?
Well, he just went through the team. He just went through the team. He didn't give us anything, thanks. He didn't give us anything about opinion. I think he's just in a good mood because Matic is starting, isn't he? That'll do, Ricky. I mean, basically, he just read the team out. Rashford doesn't take on players anymore. Instead, he passes it. I think the injury is more serious than we thought. Maybe doesn't want to aggravate it, says Samuel Barika. I think he definitely is playing within himself. I really want to see Greenwood play as a striker. Something about him shows he's going to be a revelation at that position. Greenwood is just amazing, says Ronald. And I want United to win every game, but sadly I feel like a string of defeats at the start of the season is the only scenario where the board will be forced to spend before the transfer window closes, says Guraf. And thanks for the super chat from Jordan Such. He says, hi Mark, are you concerned about players' motivation when they still haven't seen players coming, so there is no boost? We see Spurs lost to Everton, not Bale, and got Bale in the beat Southampton 5-2. We heard Luke Shaw last week. And if Rashford blows again, I'd like to see Van der Beek as part of the front three. I think he could do a better job than Lingard at least, says Duncan. I think it fits in with Lindelof, it fits in with transfers. I think this team could, I'm not saying it will, because I think we will win today and hopefully we're going to start bouncing back. But, complacency could easily kick in with this team because, you have a bad performance, you don't get dropped. You perform poorly on the left wing for a while, you don't get dropped. So, Pogba, you're not fit, we've bought a new player, but you don't get dropped. It's a management decision at the end of the day, and he'll either get it right or he'll get it wrong. And, if we win today, you've got to say he's got it right. But, as I said, I would have started Van der Beek just for that energy. I would have dropped Lindelof to send a message out. I would have still started Rashford, to be fair. But I think you've got to be ruthless. You can't be nice. And I think, I don't think the right message has been sent out around Lindelof, but we can just keep going around the houses. Tag at 8 says, why is Lindelof playing? We won't win today, no chance. Brighton are too good, says Jez. Well, one of the interesting things is going to be Lamptey down the right-hand side against Rashford and Luke Shaw to a certain extent. I mean, look, he is, every time I see Lamptey, I think, wow. So, Rashford, if he can have a good game today, there'd be a lot of confidence to take that.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to raise his game though. He's got to raise his game. If Rashford, I'll tell you this: if Rashford plays the same way he's been playing, not just obviously in the first game because that's the first game, but I'm talking about post lockdown, right? Apart from, I think he had 2 or 3 games where he was really good. After the Palace game, I don't think he's been very good. He was good against Palace. If he plays like that against Lamptey, I'm saying he gets no change. I'm saying he's quiet and we don't realise he's there. But he's got gears to go up. I'm not saying that Lamptey's better than him and can mark him out of the game. But if Rashford performs to that level that he has been, he won't get the joy that we need him to have. Do you know what I mean? So, and it comes to Luke Shaw as well. Luke Shaw's got to be a big part of it because he needs to bomb forward. He needs to give Lamptey and is it Mopé out on the left, their right hand side?
Yeah, he plays off their right.
He plays off the right, so they've got a 3 with a 2 and then a 5, innit?
Yeah.
So.
They're more of a 3-4-3, but yeah, these things can change, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, maybe a 3-4-3, but they've got the wing backs there, and obviously Lamptey and Mopé are quick. They can make things happen. Lamptey won't just give it to Mopé and sit there and let Mopé do something. He will give it and he will go on the overlap or cut inside. He is rapid and he's quick and looking to make things happen. So that going back the other side, Rashford's got a lot to do. Rashford's got a lot to do. He's gonna have a long afternoon. or we could have a long afternoon if we don't play to our strengths and play well. So it'd be very interesting to see what Luke Shaw and Rashford do down that side. And I like the fact that Matic is in there because I think it's Bissouma. I think he got the red card against Newcastle. That helps us because he's quite good. But that Alzati guy they've got is quite good as well. So we need to be on it. Just keep it simple in the midfield and let them run around. If we just keep the ball, they can't get near us.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on that. Watch Rashford pass back. His best move lately, says Cruz 23. I mean, I do agree with this about Rashford. You just want to see him attacking a player. I think Rashford is not Greenwood, and he's not Martial. I think in many ways as a front three, none of them are similar, but they're all very effective. But we are not seeing Rashford. There is an issue with Rashford. I've heard a lot of rumours about the injury. I don't know whether they're true. But Marcus Rashford is a player that is hesitant at the moment. He does pass it back. He does wait to take a shot. If I was Ollie, I'd just say to Rashford, play on your instincts. Go on the front foot. Run at somebody. Take the first time shot. Get your confidence up. He scored a really good goal against Luton reserves. We must mention that. I thought the interchange between Greenwood and Bruno and Rashford was refreshing. So I hope that they can build out on that, because look, whatever we think about the team news, the proof is always in the pudding, and that's 15 minutes away when the game kicks off. We've got to start fit fast. If I was Ollie and I saw any lethargy in that midfield, change it. If Matic isn't having a good game, get Fred on. If Pogba doesn't look fit, get Donny van der Beek on. We can't be late with the substitutions today.
We can't have passengers, Mark. We can't carry passengers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brighton, this is their fourth game of the season? Or fifth, maybe? It's our second. They're at it. They're ready to go. They're feeling confident. And I feel like a bit of a prat as well, to be fair, because when I was doing some pre-season prediction, they were struggling for a large parts of last season and could have gone down until they beat Arsenal and got a bit of confidence. I actually said during about a few weeks ago before the season started that I thought they would struggle again. And seeing how they've started the season and seeing what Graham Potter's, how he's got them playing, hats off, because at the moment I don't see them struggling, and I see them giving a lot of teams a hard time, including us today. So yeah, I'll eat my words on that early doors. It's funny how you can predict things, but yeah, we've got to play with intensity, and we can't afford to be carrying passengers. And like you said, I don't want to see Ollie leaving it to the 80th minute and 75th minute when we're clearly not playing well. It's different if we're knocking on the door and it just looks like we just need that moment of quality, and the patterns of play there and we're getting consistent chances. But if we're on the back foot a lot, or getting countered a lot, or the ball out down the sides is doing us, the ball over the top's doing us, and Mope's been in a couple of times and we just can't get it sorted, I want to see changes, whether that's structurally to the team, or whether it's by substitutions. I think we're far too slow, and this is a little bit on Ollie actually, to react to things in game. The warning signs against Crystal Palace, regardless of fitness or whatever, were there from early doors. Isolating Lindelof and Maguire, balls down the channels, we just couldn't live with it. But it just kept going on and on and on, even to the point where we got ourselves back into the game at 2-1 after the controversy of the penalty and stuff. And what happened? Again, same thing, got done. So I just think I want to see Ollie be reactionary.
Yeah, definitely. The Vanny Elvin says, I think it's a good decision from the manager, from Ollie. It's a last chance to show. If not, you're benched. Ollie was just talking there. I don't know what he said. I think keeping Lindelof was important for his confidence. Fergie did the same a lot of the time. Players lose confidence after a bad game, says Reflection. Mark, I'm scared of seeing a situation where we don't get Sancho due to finances. Then in April, we see the Glazers take out another chunk in dividends. That's Mike Thomas. And Ami says, I think Matic will cover Maguire and Lindelof's deficiencies. McTominay just exposed their weaknesses last week. Also, no Dan James today. Could he be off? I think he probably will leave. And love that French TV just did a 10-minute documentary absolutely slamming Woodward and how he handles the club. We're 100 subscribers away from 845,000 subscribers, so please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner, live all the way through till full time. Second half, you can do your player ratings. Be interesting to see what your votes are for Lindelof. We'll give you all the details in the second half. Match reaction with me, then we've got an hour with Flex and KG and guests and you chatting away, and then after that we'll get the fan cams from people like Ricky and Player Rating Show. So loads to come today on the United Stand. Subscribe. We're live every night at 8 o'clock as well. Transfer show in the morning. Busy week ahead for Manchester United, definitely. As I said last night, we will make signings. Who that'll be, nobody really knows at the moment, but we will make signings. So final week of the transfer window, make sure you are subscribe to the United Stand, bottom right-hand corner. But the next couple of hours, it's all about the most important thing, which is getting 3 points for Manchester United. We've got to get them today. I mean,
Doesn't matter how.
Have you contemplated what happens if even if we draw?
Oh, mate,
you could have a situation where you're 8 points off Liverpool and even Everton. So, we lost 3 points that we can get back at some point because we've got the game in hand, but we are giving up 3 points automatically because we didn't start the season the same time. Another 3 points losing to Palace. We've got to win today. There's no more time to get adjusted to this league. By hook or by crook, we have to win today.
Yeah, you don't want to be falling down the pack within the first 5 games. It just makes it demoralising. It makes it a difficult task, especially, like I said, with the 7 games that we got to start the season, mate. Honestly, it's a really hard task. After this game, the difficulty starts. Well, you could say the difficulty already started because we got done by Palace, and if you don't play well here today and get done by these, it could be absolute panic stations. It could be absolute panic stations, seriously, because we got Spurs, Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea, Everton. Tough games, mate. Tough games with no home crowd advantage. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's level playing field, mate. If anyone wants to banter Arsenal and doesn't think that they can come and do one on us if we're not in good shape, then you got another thing coming. If anyone wants to think that Chelsea, they spent too much money, Frank Lampard shit, and them signings ain't even going to work. Well, put it against our team that's not going to have signings who might not be playing well by the time that game comes around. It could be very uncomfortable. So it's all about breeding the confidence, and it's got to start here. Can we win those games? Of course we can. But we're at the point now where we can't even look too much further forward right now because we've got to build some confidence. If we can win these next 2 games against Brighton, I know the other one's in the cup, it just builds that confidence. Then all of a sudden that Crystal Palace loss seems a little bit distant because then you've gone 3 in all competitions with a win. It just breeds the confidence.
Yeah.
And then you're going in confident to that Chelsea Spurs game. So, and then you win that, then you're looking really, really confident again. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about momentum. Not getting too carried away when you lose, not getting too carried away when you win. But you can't start really poorly. That's one thing I do know.
Zio Zanardo sent in a very good video actually this week. We need to get him on the show. No excuses today. Not one excuse today. I like that. I think that's absolutely spot on. Welcome to Tony Cox, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. Remember, you can join the Members Club by clicking the join button. You get your badge next to your name in the chats. I feel sorry for Flex actually because when I'm talking and I mute, he still hears it because it's on Discord. So you lot couldn't see what I was. Could you hear me when I was talking? When you were talking then?
No, I couldn't hear you. No.
Oh no, maybe you get muted as well. No, Josie just walked past, and I was just. I had to leave Maddie's game at 4-0, but they won 5-0, and Maddie hadn't scored, and she scored a really good goal, which I missed. So I was just being updated there. But chart show's not going to be back today, is it? We ain't going to fit a chart show back in today. All eyes on Lindelof today, says Curly. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully all eyes will be on, Martial and Bruno and Pogba and Rashford and Greenwood. I mean, the 2 games we played with Brighton last season, the one at Old Trafford, we could have won 7-0. And then the one at Brighton, we took all our good players off, didn't we? We made 5 subs with with half an hour to go. And we were 3-0 up. So, I mean, Renate says, stay positive, we've got this. Welcome to Luke Flynn, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. We seem to have a style that can hurt Brighton. So I hope we will. I'm expecting, as I said, Flex has gone 2-0, I've gone 3-0. I'll be very disappointed if we actually have to defend a lot. But look, again, I would have said the same ahead of the Palace game. A lot of it depends on fitness levels. I don't care what anybody says, Flex. We are still factually fighting that. As you said, Brighton have played maybe 5 competitive games. This is really only our second because we didn't play the first team against Luton. So fitness levels are something we're going to have to keep an eye on.
100%, which is why I was, not over ability or because I don't rate Pogba, but it was one of the reasons why I was considering just trying to get Van der Beek in the starting lineup because he's one of our fittest players right now. He's just ready to go. He's had you call it a good pre-season, but he's had the best pre-season you could have in the circumstances. And with Pogba looking way off the pace, like even getting 5-yard passes wrong, 10-yard passes wrong, basics wrong, there was just an argument just to get your fittest players out there. It's because it is an aspect right now. We're a couple of weeks behind other teams, or a week behind other teams, or whatever. So it does come into play, no matter who you're playing. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, with Brighton, we can see how they want to play. That's not going to change. They're going to be marauding wing backs. You know, Mopé's going to get on the ball. Trossard is tricky. He'll drop off the front, make things happen in central areas. Good on both feet. Do you know what I mean? So you got to be at it. You've got to be at it. And they will try and put pressure on Pogba and pick his pocket. And if he tries too much, he'll get the pocket picked. I don't normally worry about that with Matic so much because his game is based on simplicity. Do you know what I mean? Pogba's game is based on trying to make something happen. But I just think playing that deep, he's got to try and make something happen from in the right areas.
I'm actually really happy. I think Matic playing today is really important. I mean, I would have been happy with Fred as well, but I think not having McTominay, he was such a problem last week. And you know, Lindelof shouldn't be playing as far as I'm concerned, but your centre defensive midfielder, I mean, I used to play that position a lot. It's so important. You protect the back four, you pick the ball up, you move the ball, and if you don't do that, you lose the midfield battle, and you expose your centre backs. And McTominay caused those problems last week. So I'm really glad that we've got Matic playing. In some ways, I think Fred might be a little bit unlucky again, but I do think Fred falls into that category that Bailly does, where ultimately, to me, it's very obvious that Ollie doesn't quite rate Fred enough to start him when everyone's fit, and the same with Eric Bailly. Yeah, more pay better not win it at the end, says Mike Thomas. Don't want that clip used again. Yeah, we do not want to be... That would be the ultimate sit-down if that happened. We don't want that. Salah says, I hope you all saw my video sent in last week. Even if we get transfers in, the question will always remain, why do we negotiate so much on our deals? Woodward and Co. But any final words, Flex, before you settle down?
I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. You guys know what I'm going to say in terms of, you know, earn the right to play. You got to start simple.
Yeah.
Just want to see intensity, but I always ask for it and I never see it. So I'm going to do a little bit of reverse psychology. I'm just not going to say anything. So 3 points.
Well, Flex will be coming on at half time. Also, remember, we've got the brand new show. I'm so excited. I'll be watching. Straight after my match reaction, we're going to be live for another hour with Flex, KG, Sophie's going to be on, Xander's going to be on, others are going to be on. We're going to get you more involved in the future. This is why we've asked for people to send clips in. We're going to be live for an hour after my match reaction, just interacting. We'll have Ollie's press conference post-match things to talk about. I'm sure there'll be loads to talk about. Real deep dive, interactive conversation on the United stand, extending that match day experience on here. So thanks for popping on, Flex.
Yeah, nice one, man. See you at half time, hopefully with positive stuff.
Yeah, we'll speak at half time. Speak to you in a bit, mate.
Nice one.
So you can follow Flex on United on Twitter at FlexUTD. So it's you and me now for the game. Exciting. Please subscribe if you're new. We've not hit 845 yet. I've not really been pushing it, but we are so close to 845,000 subscribers. Mark just saw players come out and they didn't look that confident. I'm worried, to Saham. And Maguire is far too slow on the turn and just in general to cope with the demands of modern football, and Rashford head is off the pitch. Let's be real, says Pete Urban. Rashford hat-trick incoming, says Ahmed. Right, let's push it. Let's see if we can do it before kickoff. We are 80 subscribers away from 845,000. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. The United Stand, Manchester United's biggest independent fan channel. The community where people say it how it is. Passion, reaction. Look, I don't make any apologies. I do react to things instantaneously and then I calm down. Just like I did with the Lindelof over Bay thing. But look, I'm calm now. How do we send in clips and what should we send them to, says Rio West. I can't remember what the email address is. Just watch. I'll find that out for you. Somebody will tell me. I don't need that in my ear anymore anyway. I sound... there you go. Pogba and Matic switch and Matic out for Van der Beek, says Zaddy. I don't think you understand ball, mates. You cannot put Paul Pogba as a holding midfielder on his own. Never going to work. Never going to work. 2 minutes to kick off. The players are all looking ready. Sometimes they don't come out until 2 minutes before kick off, but proper excited about this one. Yeah, it should be a good one. Another day of the board not signing a player with the excuse. What's the excuses, says Jonathan Hyen. And Lallana up against Matic and Pogba in the midfield. Cannot see Weetabix legs making it to 60 minutes, says Joshua Bowwater. Sancho's playing for Dortmund at 2:30 today. They've got a game, so yeah, I'm just got a few notes here about who's playing today. So interesting game. Would love a United loss, says Kang. There's always people out there who want a United loss. I'm nervous about this one. I mean, it's always that situation, isn't it? You're 2 minutes away. You're 2 hours away from a mood changer. If we win this game, I'm happy. Yes, let's get behind the team. Let's move on. Let's build on this. Let's get a couple of signings in this week. If we lose this game, it's like, whoa. Regardless of signings coming in, it's harsh. Yeah, subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, very close to 845,000. The channel keeps on moving. Loads of content for you today. Really excited. Second half, you can do your player ratings, which we will compare to mine in my match reaction. And then straight after that, we've got this hour with Flex and KG and you and Interact and talking about the game, extending that match day experience on the United stand for you, the community. That's what we're all about. The player rating thing is brilliant if you're new to that. Second half, I'll put a link out on the website where you can go and mark every player and the subs and the manager out of 10, 6 being average. Thousands of people vote, and then when I do my match reaction, I click my score and it whacks up yours aggregated score. So quite interesting. Last week it wasn't because everyone played shit. But the game kicks off. And why is the timer not working? It is working. That's great. So we kick off. Normal formation. 4 at the back. Matic holding. Pogba to the right. Bruno to the left. Rashford on the left, Greenwood on the right, and Martial through the middle. Red shirt, black shorts, white socks. My favourite United combo. And Brighton with that early press. Nice play there from Luke Shaw. Nice little movement of play. And Rashford, he loses it, but Bruno's got it on the left-hand side straight away. Into Rashford on the left-hand side. Needs some support here. Lindelof at least make mistakes. Maguire's invisible, says Udden. Let's win that ball, Tony. Bit of pressure on Brighton. Got him in their own box. Martial, he's in the box. Go on, Tony. Oh, he's got to be stronger there. Stronger there. You've got him in the box making a mistake, and he's got to be stronger there. Maguire does well. Good start to this game. Good start. Good. We're only a minute in. Don't get too excited, but good paced start to this game. Brighton will leave space. United need to move the ball quick, and I'm sure Ollie will have said that. And here's Matic coming forward. Gets it to Wan-Bissaka. I don't know where Pogba is. That should be Pogba. I don't know where Pogba is in this screen. Oh, there he is. Don't even look for signings until October. They won't spend this financial quarter. Too much loss. Stocks go down, says Chris Grethwell. Thanks for the super chats. Keep them coming in. And keep your tactical thoughts coming in as well. I like a lot of that. I do like a lot of that. Right. Just remember that. If you could share the video, that'd be great as well, because I've totally forgotten to share the video, which I'm just going to do. I'm off down the pub later. Very excited about that. Not been to the pub in weeks. Might not be going to the pub again in weeks with the way the world is going with COVID. So United win and a nice steak dinner with a couple of pints. That's what we want today. That's what we want. And here's Bruno. Get it wide to Luke Shaw. Here's Luke Shaw. Matic is key, says Eduardo, and I think he is. Matic, comparing Matic today already in 2 minutes to McTominay last week, it's just calm. It's a player who knows how to play that centre defensive midfield role. My concern with Matic was always he's past his best, and I think in the last 7 months he's shown that he's not past his best. Be home by 10 marks is organised, yeah. Here's Pogba. Finds it to Man United having a lot of possession early on here, pushing Brighton back, which is good to see. Go on, press it, Tony, press it. Keeper clears it. Is there a way to decrease the delay between you and the match, says Louis Taylor? No, it's a YouTube thing, mate, at the end of the day. I can't do anything about it. I think YouTube have actually put more of a delay in than there ever was, because we used to be quite close. We've started strong, says Guess Who? I think we have. But they've got a corner here, Brighton. A fortuitous corner, but a corner it is. Don't do zonal marking. On your toes, win the ball, move up the attack. This is what we need here. Yeah, De Gea is... I like that goalkeeper top, you know. I like that yellow goalkeeper top. Luke Shaw clears it. Well done. Get rid. Push him out. That's it. All the way back to the Brighton goalkeeper. What was your score predictions, by the way? I went 3-0 to Manchester United, so you can get your score predictions in as well. We need to see a performance, not a, you know, get the energy levels up. You know, to be fair, we've got some energy on the bench. Van der Beek and Lingard, they'll run about a bit. But no Ighalo, no Dan James on the bench today. So attacking options not great. McTominay and Fred are on there. Bailly and Fosu Mensah, lovely turn there, but Bruno. And now Brighton having a little bit of the ball. Here's Morpay. Go on, Rashi. That's a good ball to Greenwood. This is where you've got to move the ball quicker and try and get at them. Bruno tried the 3 pass, didn't work. Can get at that Brighton back 3. I said this in the preview. Get Greenwood, Rashford and Martial running at their back 3. You've got to move it quick. First goal is really important as well. If you get 1-0 up, Brighton have got to come out a little bit. The longer this game goes on at 0-0, the more Brighton will, you know, grow in confidence. A lot of people going with 2-0. 2-1, says Mathis. Remember, Brighton are very good at set pieces. Aerial duels too, says B. Yakov. But they also concede quite a lot from set pieces as well. So maybe a little bit of a contradiction there. Lamptey better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, says Ozu. And Ruben says 69-0 to Brighton. Imagine that. There is Brighton on the attack. Cross. Oh, I mean, you can't really blame Maguire there, but it's a cross that goes through his bloody legs. Lindelof cleared that quite well. Come on, keep the pressure up, lads. I think I'm liking the higher line from United, but there's a little bit of a standstill here. Go to the ball. Rashford and Greenwood have switched sides at the moment as well. A lot of people like you have said you like to see Rashford playing off the right, so he is playing off the right at the moment with Greenwood off the left. So that interchangeability is always good. Ball into the channel. Connolly, he's a tenacious little character, Connolly. It's on BT Sports in the UK, Charlie. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. I think we might have hit 845, but if we haven't, please subscribe. Mark, what if Morpay wins it at the end, says A2. 2-1 to United. I've not been confident with us since the FA Cup semi-final, says Luke Flynn. Maguire moves like a robot, says Karam. Well, they're showing it here. Cross comes in straight through his legs, and Lindelof reads it, fortunately. Tedden says we're not urgent enough. I think Matic has been very mobile. Into Pogba. Oh, I thought Pogba took a risk there, but Lallana did foul him. Dan James to Leeds. Mark says Zach Bradshaw. I think that will happen, yeah. I do. I'm going to be standing up a little bit today. It's starting to get a little bit cold in the UK, so I do need to stretch out, but also I just need to keep myself warm. And I'm a bit agitated today, so, you know, standing up's always something that I do. Luke Shaw, poor ball that. Bruno pulling away. It's quite an open game at the moment, though, which I think will lead to an interesting game. I mean, Donny van der Beek sat in the stadium. I mean, what's the future of Van der Beek going to be? For me, it's early days. I don't think we need to worry about it. There will be injuries. There will be fitness problems. Why can't United players make a simple pass, says Michael Clegg. Sorry. Right. Well done there, Harry Maguire. It's a nice... Oh, that'll work. Now Matic has got it. Into Bruno on the turn. There's a ball there. Lovely out to Greenwood. Go on, attack him. Oh, ref. No foul. Piss off. You bloody... What you on about? The ref's a prat. That's a nice ball out wide there as well. Greenwood does well. Get in. Wan-Bissaka, go to the bloody ball. Why is Wan-Bissaka not closing this down? You're marking space, Aaron. Bruno is playing deeper. Much better connection between him and the midfield already. Brighton have just hit the post. And he must have known this when tipped himself to assist Martial, says Ash G. I don't know what happened here, but Brighton hit the post. It comes to the edge of the box. It's a bit lucky, really. Really quite a lucky shot from Trossard. Well, actually, no. I say it was lucky. De Gea's got his angles covered, but it hit the post. Lamptey is great. Smashed it against us. Newcastle, says Jordan Warwick. Good hit by Trossard. I thought he scuffed it a little bit. Hit it quite well, but to be fair, it hit the post. People say, oh, we hit the post, and it's always an exciting thing to hit the post, but De Gea's actually got his angles covered there. I am done with how we don't rate Fred. Fix up for God's sakes as realist AC. And you can go into settings and set up the speed of the video to 125 or 15. Let it run for a bit and you should get real time, says Andy. So what, GG. Brighton's starting to just grab hold of this game a little bit. It's Trossard again into Marpe. Get rid of that Pogba. I tell you what, I'm just going to drop an observation here. I'm not sure Pogba looks at the races again. And if he's not at the races, we should have just started Van der Beek. Nothing against Pogba, but he can't. If he's not fit, he's not fit. And to me, he just looks a little bit not at the races. Might just be the start of the game, but he's looking a little bit, you know. Trossard is a decent player, Jan. You're right. I'm nervous today. I'm going to have another stand up. This is, you know, I don't get to watch many games in a pub, but if you ever go and watch a game with me in a pub, drink in one hand and I'm moving around, I like to talk at the telly even though I can have no impact. Not, oh, Bruno, that's a wasted ball, and now Brighton are running away. It's a 2v2. Got to be careful here. It's 2v2 against that donkey defence. Morpay shoots. Lindelof makes a block. We got away with that a little bit. Bruno's pass was a bit wayward and it led to a 2v2 versus Maguire and Lindelof, which is your worst nightmare. You know, it really is. It's like turning up on a blind date and it's your headmistress. It's not good, your old headmistress. You know, don't go on a date with your headmistress if you're like 12. That's not going to work. It's all kinds of wrong and illegal, but... Bruno a bit sloppy there, Vegan. Yep, you're right. Got no legs, says Daz Sweet. To be honest with you, that might be a problem. Nice to be back watching with you, Mark, says Dano Jr. Cheers, pal. Thanks for the super chat. I don't care what anybody says. Match sharpness and fitness will still be a problem today. It's just how much of a problem is it going to be? I think against Palace it was crucial. But today maybe it won't be as important. I don't know. Here is Lamptey. Good. And there'll be a free kick there. Matic was late. And Lamptey again, showing his quality at right back. Definitely a foul by Matic. "12 minutes gone. No shots on goal from United yet, which is a little bit disappointing. I would have expected a little bit more creativity. I think we've started off in a way where we're trying to make moves, but Bruno giving the ball away too easily. Is he tired still, says Cobb Ross Aitkins? I don't know. We'll have to see. Lindelof playing well with a point to prove. I know we wanted to see Bay, but clearly has instilled confidence in Lindelof. May Bay for Spurs, says Daniel Luciano. Brighton with this free kick. Up it goes. Attack that, Harry. Well done. Get rid of it. Greenwood hits a long one. Nobody. Brighton back in possession here. Seagulls have landed on the pitch and they're playing, because that's what Brighton are called. They're called the Seagulls. We don't want to get shit on. Like how Bruno came all the way back to get the ball, others players don't if that makes a dodgy pass. Look, this was the same with Bruno last week against Palace. Didn't play particularly well, but his energy levels to get back and defend are really important. So that's a really good point there from Jordan M. And also, Mark, what are your thoughts on F365? They seem Abu, says Rohit. Don't really know. Don't really have any thoughts on it. Bruno and Pogba have started sloppy, giving the ball away and leaving the defence in terrible situations, says Sean Turner. Well, I think with Bruno, you're always going to get that because Bruno's a risk taker. He is a risk taker with the ball. But with Pogba, I just think if he's not quite match fit, why pick him? And I think that would be my point on that. Well, we see Bruno wins it well back there, high up the pitch. That's a poor ball by Shaw, but it nearly worked. The passing in general from United is off. Everybody's passing is off. Can't build any momentum with that. But it's 0-0. We'll just stay in the calm. I think I have an irrational hatred towards Brighton because I live on the coast and seagulls wake me up on my roof every bloody morning, says Joshua Bowater. At the moment, the signs aren't that good. I can see us dropping even more points as Man United lists. And Bruno and Pogba we've done. Mark, why are the centre-backs getting exposed so much? Shouldn't be the case, says Marcus S. And Bruno loses the ball with his careless passes. That's why he has to track back. So I don't think he deserves credit for tracking back. Well, some people don't do it, to be fair. Yellow bathing suit. And Anaban, welcome to the members club. Thank you for joining. I have a serious question about our top 4 finish. Lucky if we finish in the top 6 with this kind of play. I mean, come on, Shree. Calm down a little bit. It's very early days in this game. It's very early days in this season. There's no doubting that the whole team is not passing the ball particularly well. I wouldn't even go in on any individual player. Nobody's passing the ball well. Whether it's Pogba, Bruno, Matic, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, Bruno, Rashford, Martial. Nobody's passed the ball well yet. Greenwood. We need a new left-back so badly, says Jordan James. You see, the hate starts. The irrational hate starts. Let's go in after one player because that's what we do at this club nowadays. It's sad. It's really sad that everybody's playing poor on the ball, but let's go after our individual hate player. Here's Greenwood. Hit it! Oh, he should have hit it. Oh, he did hit it. It's gone wide. Is it time to play Van der Beek instead of Rashford at right attacking midfield, says Balal. And Mark, how are Brighton looking more comfortable than us on the ball? I've noticed how almost every team finds an extra man in midfield against us, says Sagor. I still think a lot of it comes down to fitness levels and match sharpness. I still think that. Not all of it, but I still think that is a relevant point. We just need to work our way into games, you know. The sharpness will come from playing games. I mean, that Pogba there, lucky again, keeping hold of the ball a little bit too long. Welcome to the Members Club, football is, and that's what I want. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way, bottom right-hand corner, free to do it. Loads of content for you today. Hopefully we're going to get a loads of goals today as well. It's been a bit of a slow start from United. No shots on goal for either side yet, apart from Trossard who hit the post. But Lamptey does well there. Ref says play on. When's the last time Shaw got an assist? Says Jordan James. Why is this turning into the Luke Shaw hate show? I'm just not. If you're just going to get an agenda on a player, I'm not going to start talking about it because it just comes across as. I don't know why we've become this football club. I don't know why we've become this football club where we have to just have a bad start and go after an individual. Like, it's a team game. Nobody's passing the ball well. Thanks for the super chat. Is Van Gaal back? Says Nitin Mendaka. I mean, that's a poor ball by Pogba there. He does a pirouette and then passes the ball to Matic, but Matic has got to run back to get it. It's a lazy ball from Pogba. Lovely ball by Matic. Bruno's got it out on the right-hand side. Looks at the cross. He said, oh, I tell you what, that's a good cross by Bruno as well. A little bit unlucky. Goes wide for a goal kick. Lovely play there from Matic and Bruno better. Hope we don't get tactically outclassed by Harry Potter, says Vignesh. And don't think it's a coincidence Van der Beek is our most fit player right now. You can see it. Players coming after no pre-season need some time to get going, says Daniel Luciano. Is it me or does this look like a training match, says Progressive Dad? And you can't use the excuse of match fitness. Ollie didn't play the first team in the Cap Cup game, says Red Baron. Of course I can use it. If I don't think them players are match sharp and fit, of course I can use it. Doesn't mean we shouldn't have played them in midweek, I agree. But they definitely don't look anywhere near fit to me. Here's Brighton on the attack. We need a goal scorer, says Man United Billy. Oh, look, I know we all get passionate. It's just what it's about. But why do we need a goal scorer when we've not created a chance? You know what I mean? So basically saying Martial's playing shit. Again, the agenda comes out. How many shots has Martial had in this first 20 minutes? 0. Doesn't matter whether you're Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe or Gary Lineker. You ain't scoring in this game because there's no creativity going on. You said Ollie can't use the excuse on your podcast with Flex, says Red Baron. Oh, it should have been 1-0 there. David De Gea's bloody fuming. And Brighton have started off the brighter. That's another shot from Trossard, and you've got to say, should he score? Maguire and bloody Lindelof again. And De Gea is right. I mean, again, he's hit the post again. Maguire and Lindelof letting people take a shot. And Trossard hits the foot of the other player. I think De Gea, again, had it covered, but he wasn't very happy that the shot's getting off in the first place. And he's going to book Bruno Fernandes here. This ref's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. When will we bid for Sancho, says Martin McCullough. That probably was a yellow card. Sean Turner, so you're saying the team aren't fit and you don't understand people saying about Shaw if it's an agenda. Before the game everyone was going in on Lindelof. Well, Lindelof shit, mate. He played shit last weekend. He should have been dropped. It's totally different. What you're trying to do is now drive an agenda against one player because Lindelof was crap last week. Luke Shaw's not had a bad start to this game comparable to all the other 10 players. None of them have been good enough. Mark, when's the chart show coming back? Missed the rankings and the songs, of course, as Daniel Luciano. Go on, Rashford. Love the metaphors. Think the first goal is key in this game. Can't see United responding like Bournemouth, which is a shame, says Alex Preston. And why was Van der Beek bought if he can't play today? Pogba isn't match fit. He should have started. This kind of silly decision by Ollie pisses me off, says Ronit. There's a lot of angry people in the live comments already, as I've alluded to. And Zed Jamie says our centre backs might as well be 2 bags of cement. Well, Brighton have started off the brighter, as I've said. Pogba's ball progression being crap. Matic better at it, says Matthew D. I don't think Pogba should have started this game on the evidence of the first 20 minutes. He does not look fit. Sean Turner, who was good last week, please remind me. No, there wasn't anybody good last week, Sean. But if you're trying to get into a bit of a debate here, Lindelof and McTominay were the worst 2 players on the pitch by a very long way. One of them's been dropped, one of them hasn't. That was the debate point at the start when the team news came out. Most people felt Lindelof was very lucky to start this game. We need to play Fred if we want a fast-moving team. Matic slows the game, allows the opposing team to reposition, says Louis Garcia. I think the decision to play Pogba is backfired already. Pogba just doesn't look on it. You know, this is Paul Pogba, one of the best midfielders in the world. He does not look on it today. And the midfield battle is being lost again. Another corner. Matic has looked good, to be fair, says Anton. I think Matic has been one of our best players, which isn't hard. Welcome to the Members Club, Rachel Louise. Thanks for joining. Appreciate that. And people going in on Shaw, but in fairness, you went in on Fellaini repeatedly, calling him a tree, says Mark Webster. What are you talking about, Mark? I've got no idea where this conversation is going. Lee Martial, I can see this being a long, hard season again. Come on, United, where's the spirit? And the defence is shambles, playing so tentative, allowing Brighton to push on them. De Gea punches it clear. Connolly with the cross shot. It will stay in. It stayed in. Get rid of it. It's not stayed in. Worrying start, says Bazzi 244. Gareth Mason says, where the hell is Van der Beek? We should have started him. I mean, the worrying thing is that we've had 25 minutes and we've not had a shot on goal. That's the worrying thing. This Brighton team, as we saw last season, you really can get it. I mean, that's dangerous by Pogba there. I think Pogba's picking the ball up in dangerous areas. Here's Luke Shaw. And I don't mean attack. Marcus Rashford's got to get moving there. Rashford, bloody move the ball or move yourself. Come on. He's just standing still. For God's sake, ref. Giving a foul on Pogba now. Rashford, when Luke Shaw's running with the ball there, Rashford's got to get on his toes. He stands still, takes the ball off Shaw. Shaw has to do the overlap. He doesn't hit the overlap and we lose the ball. He's got to get on his toes. It's like a lot of people in the live comments are saying it's very hesitant from Manchester United. Everybody's really hesitant, and that comes down to many things. It could well be a lack of confidence. It could well be a lack of fitness. But you know, got to get Martial on the ball. He's a passenger. Brighton are playing like how United should be playing. Surely don't think this is acceptable. Brighton all over them, says Gunner Station. And you're right, Pogba looks tired, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka also looks below par and very leggy. Not up to the pace, says Joshua Bowwater. Why are all the attacks for Brighton coming from our right, says Sherath Kamath Fitness. They're not. They're not. Both shots have come from left centre. And I feel that De Gea has had a good game so far, says Luke Flynn. And I honestly think once we sign Sancho, Rashford is the player who gets dropped. He needs a wake-up call, says Sean Turner. Pogba off at half-time as well, from Sean. Well, United have got the opportunity to whip a cross in here. Bruno puts it in. Oh, I thought we were going to get that. Oh, shut up. The ref's a pussy. He's a bloody pussy. He's given a foul against Harry Maguire then. Up yours, ref. You bloody prat. He's an idiot. What's his name? We need Sancho not to bench Greenwood, but Rashford, says Sharab. What do the players do in training? They can't pass a ball, says Vignesh. And congratulations, Mark. Found our new Chuckle Brothers. Why do they watch shots getting fired at the goal? Lindelof did a bay flick without intending it, says Danielle. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Player ratings you can vote for in the second half, remember. So it's all about what you think. We'll get that link up for you. But 27 minutes gone. United haven't even had a shot on goal here. Passing's been terrible as a team. Again, we've looked a little bit lethargic. I think Matic is probably our best player. I mean, why is Lindelof not attacking that ball? You've let him control the bloody ball and turn you. You are an ice sculpture. You're not the ice man. You're an ice sculpture. Get a bloody Bunsen burner up his arse and melt him. It's a bloody move. We're so bloody tentative. shockingly shit so far from United. And it's now an opportunity for Brighton to put a cross in. You do not want to be going down behind in this game. Lifeless performance from United. And it's a chance for them to put a cross in. Well, Ricky will be happy because Matic has played well. Brighton, another cross comes in. It's the bar. And Bruno heads it away. 3 times they've hit the woodwork. I wouldn't say any of them were ever going in, but bloody hell. I don't know. Nick P. Van der Sar must be thinking we've just given you one of our most technically gifted players and you've benched him for an unfit Pogba. So this was a looping header. De Gea again has got it covered, but it hits the bar. I think the Ollie haters are not proper United fans. He's the one for us looking forward. We need to get a director of football to make these signings, says Ryan Hogg. Well, half an hour gone from United and all the players we've got on this pitch. I think it's embarrassing that we've created nothing. Lindelof taking too long on the ball again. He gets his bloody kick thrown out. I mean, we're just so bloody slow. Like a snail FC. Just not moving the ball quick enough. Pogba losing the ball again. Bloody hell. He's lost it again. That's twice in 5 seconds. Get Paul Pogba off. That's twice. Twice in 5 seconds he loses the ball. Need to take him off at half time. You can't carry somebody on a reputation or a wage bill. If they're not good enough, take them off. That's a crap layoff by Rashford. You can't. Team looks uninspired, no hunger to win the ball. Mark, I think it's scary that this is our best team on the pitch, says Vignesh. But you know, at some point, yeah, you know, I agree. It comes down to team selection. It definitely does. Donny van de Beek should have started this game. I said it last night. I felt that Van de Beek should have started the game. But the players have got to take some responsibility as well. Them players are good enough to be able to play some of the passes they're not playing. Why are you trying to play out the back? It's not working, says Luke Flynn. And United have ruined Pogba, played him into the ground, says I am daft child. Come on, you are a daft child. How have we played Pogba into the ground in the second game of the season? He's just not fit. He shouldn't be playing, not because he's been played into the ground, because he's clearly not match fit. He's a passenger. That's better. That's good. Need to get Bruno on the ball more. Oh, lovely by Martial. Rashford. Get in! Offside. Rashford's offside. I thought he was going to be offside. Linesman's played it on. Get Donny on ASAP, says Sean Turner. And I woke up at 6:30am for this bullshit, says the Joel. But this was good play. Luke Shaw into Martial. Little bit of flair. Plays it into Rashford, who's got himself offside. This is a really good goal. Rashford gives it into Greenwood, who scores, but Rashford's offside. Best bit of play all game, and Rashford was bloody offside. And he was offside. The useless shower have not got a set between them like others. Bruno is having the life sucked out of him, says Brian Murphy. I don't see urgency or hunger. We need to play quicker to break Brighton down. Where's the intensity, says Sanjit. And that's the thing. That's the thing. That goal came from Bruno getting it to Shaw. Shaw getting it to Martial, to Rashford, to Greenwood. Really quick movement of the ball. He's offside. Graham Potter was appointed months after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over United, but Graham has made a visible difference to Brighton, and anyone can see that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not good enough. United is too disjointed, says Halapenny. I disagree with you, mate. I think, you need to put your anger where you need to put your anger. If that's your opinion, that's up to you. But I think we've just seen what United can do when they move the ball and actually make the passes that we haven't made in this game. I honestly think Donny van der Beek needs to start over Pogba from now on. Pogba has to fight for his spot, says Stephen. And Pogba is a waste of space. Donny needs to come on, says Stephen Hawkins. Well, I think Matic has played well. I think when we've got Bruno on the ball, he's played well. I think Pogba's having a bloody nightmare. I think Rashford's having a bit of a nightmare. I think Martial is, may as well be sat on the bench having a chat, playing on his Game Boy because he's not getting anything of the ball. And the same with Greenwood. We spoke about this before the game, didn't we? We highlighted two players, other than Lindelof. We mentioned Pogba and Rashford as two very important players in this game, and unfortunately, neither have had a good game. So it's a corner for Brighton. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Remember, we've got match reaction straight after, and then we've got an hour show with Flex and you and guests and live talking about the situation at United. So fasten your seatbelts for the match day experience on the United stand. It's not an easy game, but United will win the game in the second half, says Patrick. Also, Sancho will join this environment. No top Euro team can walk away from 90 million. Thanks for that, Patrick. Nice to get a little bit of positivity in there because, look, I know it's all about opinion. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for criticising tactics and Ollie and everything. But to me, you know where I sit on this. I think that, we've gone into the season ill-prepared and that's had a knock-on effect with regards to the sharpness of players. And you can practice everything you want to practice in training, but these players should be passing the ball better than they are. Who do you think we should sign, Mark, says Ryan Hogg? Well, I would want Jadon Sancho, but... See, Pogba again. I mean, he's won the foul, but where was he even going? Starts dribbling from his own edge of his own penalty box. Where are you going? Move the bloody ball. Ten minutes to half time. I think Matic has had a good game. That's nice between Greenwood and Bruno. And he's going to lose it there. And Brighton will just boot it. And oh, this is a worry. Connolly up against Harry Maguire. He's not. Tell you what, Harry. Why don't you go and mark him from bloody London? We're in Brighton, mate. Close him down. That's not what a top centre-back does. You can't just stand off a player in a one-on-one and let him do what he bloody well likes. That's better from Pogba. That's a foul. Is there any transfer news, says David? I haven't even looked at it today. I'm match day focused today. Yeah. I'm cold as well. I need to stand up. Can't get warm. I've been stood out watching football this morning and it was really windy. Temperatures dropped. I tell you what as well, I don't think Wan-Bissaka looks very good either. Risky ball by Harry Maguire, but he gets it to Wan-Bissaka. Again, I think Wan-Bissaka looks really off his game as well. And he loses the ball. Close the bloody shot down. Penalty. It's given a penalty. I thought it was a penalty. Bruno's given a penalty away on Lamptey. I thought it was a penalty. Yeah, I think it looked like a penalty, to be honest. Although he doesn't put his foot in. Nah, that's not a penalty. That's a fucking dive. That's a bloody dive. That's not a penalty. He doesn't even put his foot in. I don't think that's a penalty. That's not a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty, I really don't think it is. Up yours. Absolute shambles, says Victor. I'd have to be honest with you. Can I be absolutely honest? I thought it was a penalty when I first saw it, and I think if it was the other way around, I'd say it's a penalty. So I've got to be honest. Sean Turner says it's a penalty, 100%. I just think when you see it in slow motion, he plants his foot a little bit, but you know, whatever. More pay. Chips it in. I can't believe this. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. It's bloody ridiculous. It's bloody ridiculous. It's lifeless. It's bloody lifeless. And that's what annoys me. It's the players as well. You talk about tactics. You talk about the board. It's the bloody players as well. It's bloody lifeless. It's like a bloody musical statues tribute act. The only thing moving out there is the advertising boards. Man United are playing shit. Absolutely shit. Pisses me off. We've created one chance and it was offside. It's a bloody joke. I'm fed up of it. Tell you what, we might be lucky that he didn't get a bloody second yellow card. Matic booked as well. I can see he's getting somebody sent off here. Absolute shambles. He's booked Matic now for having a high arm. Oh, for God's sake. I don't think this ref's any good, but got to change the score. Pogba off at half-time. If he doesn't take Pogba off at half-time, then he's a fool, man. He's a fool. I can't believe I woke up at 7 AM for this, says man with no name. I can't believe how good we've made Brighton look. I can't get my head on it. He's got to switch that. Greenwood, switch it! God, switch it! You should have switched it before cutting back. You've got to move the ball quick. It's the Premier League. Good run by Shaw. That's a foul. Book him then. Yes. Book the bloody Brighton player, you inept shit. That's a good run by Luke Shaw. But yeah, you've got to book some of these cheats. Oh, God. I tell you what though, why am I doing this? Why are you and I doing this? Why am I getting mad? You know, all I can see is Carrick and Ollie sat there like this. Ooh, what shall we do next? You know, get off your arse. Get some bloody kick up the arse ability into the bloody team. We're so bad, we're such a shambles, we're just so lazy, says MU United Liam. And it's a defo pen and we've been awful. He says, well, I'll talk about the penalty at half time. Bruno with the free kick. Yes! Get in! Harry Maguire, slabhead, get in! Bruno crosses it, Matic pangs it back in, and Harry Maguire taps it in. Get in! Have some of that! Have some of that! Get in! Brighton, shoot the seagulls down, they're full of shit. Oh, no. I think it's offside from the free kick. I hate VAR. Oh no, Matic won't be offside, so it won't be offside. It'll be fine. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. Get in. You just fall into confusion all the time. Right, let's use that. Let's move from that. Come on. None of this Ollie out crap. You play to the 90th minute. Ollie's sitting there like he's watching a soap opera. Always hated that, says Leo Man United. But he didn't really celebrate the goal that much either. Ollie's just sat there cross legs. Get up and motivate, says don't touch. Mark, everyone going in on Ollie doesn't understand that nearly half the starting 11 made a mistake in the off-season of something else going on, says Eric. This is better from United now. Rashford, you sure? Oh, bloody hell, Rashford. What's he doing there, Rashford? Get him off as well. Luke Shaw's bombing into the penalty area. He's shouting at him. He sees the run and then comes the other way. It's prattish. It's prattish. Mark, everyone, that's just stupidity. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? I'm so pissed off. We will continue to hate on certain players. Don't gas, Mark. You said you love VAR, so it says Real SAC. Is it really too much to ask of Ollie just to yell at some players, says Roloff? Well, the great thing is that Matic gets the assist. I think Matic has been brilliant in this game. And it's Luke Shaw's run that wins us the free kick high up the pitch. So, it's not been great from United. I don't think that. But to me, two players have played terribly again. Pogba and Rashford. I'd be thinking about getting Lingard. I'd do Lingard and Van der Beek on for Rashford and Pogba and Rashford off second half. And I know, look, I'm not saying Jesse Lingard is the answer by any means, but that's what I would do. This is all we want. This is what we want. I just want to celebrate. I want to be positive. I want to get behind the team. Let's build on this now. What happened to Rashford? He doesn't run at players anymore. Also, remember Van Gaal got a ton of criticism for just sitting there, but Ollie gets a pass, says Nav Guy. About time the 80 million fridge did something right. Not good enough though. I refuse to celebrate the goal, says Heathy. Is it really too much to ask of Ollie just to yell at some players? And Williams wouldn't have got that as that free kick, says Luis Garcia. Oh, yeah, but Luke Shaw won't get any credit at all. He made the run, he won the free kick, but it doesn't matter, he's still shit. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. We're very close to half-time. Hey, Carl, if your kids are watching, don't let them watch it, mate. And Morpay hopefully won't win it at the end, says, oh, don't. That will just finish me if that happens. Why do we always play good right before half-time, says Ethan Kelly. Well, I wouldn't go as far as good. Anyway, Brighton have got a free kick here that they're going to whip in. This is probably going to be the last action before half-time. And it's a foul on Harry Maguire. A lot of fouls in this half. Rashford's IQ is terrible. Football IQ, says Michael Maiello. I'm just glad we got a goal back quick. And it's half-time. I'm really glad that we got a goal back before half-time, because I think if we'd gone in at 1-0, the second half becomes very, very difficult. Come on, United, I'll spend $5 to get some positivity in this chat. Mark, you're great. Chat, relax, says Eric Becker. For the record, Ollie sits there to see the replay and make sure it's a goal. The VAR effect, says Daniel Luciano. Matic on fire. The rest of the team a joke. Being bullied off the ball, says Dimitri. To be honest with you, I don't even feel I'm being controversial here. Martial's been a passenger because we can't get the ball on him. Same for Greenwood. Rashford's had a lot of the ball and been wasteful. Pogba's had a lot of the ball and been wasteful. I think Bruno's played quite well. I think Luke Shaw's played quite well. I think Matic has been our best player. I think Maguire's been okay. Lindelof doesn't fill me with any confidence. I think Wan-Bissaka's been terrible. And I think De Gea really hasn't had anything to do. Yeah, they've hit the post and the bar, but he had those angles covered. He's not had any saves to make. And the penalty, whatever. Rashford to be benched soon as Sancho arrives, says Jordan White. And Matic, here we go. Zayn and Morpay's won it again. Well, he hasn't. And every time I see Bruno defend, he's not available on the counter-attack. Why do we need Bruno there when we have Matic on, says Abhishek. I just want to say this. I don't know whether people agree. I would sub Rashford off and Bruno off at half-time and get Van der Beek and Lingard on. Paul Pogba is not fit. There's no point in him coming out for the second half. He is not fit, and he is making us play with 10 men. Rashford, look, I'm sure Rashford will play second half, but he ain't playing well. So I think Van der Beek needs to come on second half. It's a brave decision. Is the manager brave enough to make it? Because I tell you, Mourinho would do it, and I think Pep would do it, and I think Klopp would do it. I don't think Ollie will do it, but that is what I would do. I think that is the thing to do. Luke Shaw and Matic, best players for the first 45, says Roloff, and Rashford has to come off, get Lingard and Van der Beek on, says Luke Hamilton. Yeah, I agree. I think we're in some ways we're quite lucky to be level at half time, but it comes from a very good run forward by Luke Shaw and a good set piece. But Brighton will probably be a little bit pissed off that they're going in 1-1 because we've done next to nothing really. I personally reckon Ollie and Carrick watch United stand on them screens on the sidelines. Good game so far, says the Royal Mail X. Are you joking? Lindelof has been way better than Maguire this half, says Carl Freddy. I don't think either of them have been good, Carl. They both stand off the striker. They both let shots go in. But what was your thoughts, Flex?
Shocking, absolutely shocking. We knew we can't start games quick. The fitness is lagging and shit like that. But it was just absolutely awful. Yes, Pogba is having one. Listen,
take him off at half time.
Potentially yes. Maybe give him 5-10 minutes to see if he can get going. But very very early in the second half. But I do want to say one thing. Listen, I'm not a lot of people are saying it. Bruno's been shit as well. I think. I don't think he's been good. I don't. He was salvage it because he's done that free kick there that's got us back in the game. But even away from giving away the penalty, which was very stupid, I think he's been poor on the ball. Wan-Bissaka's been shocking on the ball. I'll say this: Rashford's been awful. Greenwood and Martial can't really get the ball, but Greenwood hasn't been as good.
I don't think Greenwood and Martial can get any criticism.
Not their fault.
Yeah.
The only people who can hold their head up after that half is Luke Shaw and Matic. Matic has been superb. Matic has been absolutely brilliant. And listen, Pogba doesn't look right. I keep saying do the simple things well.
He's not fit. He's not fit to be fair, is he? He's just not match fit.
No. He does not look sharp. He does not look at it. But I'm serious again. Like we won't want to say it as a fan base because Bruno's the golden boy, but he's been crap. He's been crap as well in that same half. He really has. You could actually say bring on Fred and Van der Beek because Bruno and Pogba have been poor. You could say that. Bruno's only salvaged it because he's whipped in a good ball, and was part of the goal that was offside. But he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good. Matic is the only standout. But Ollie's got to be brave. This is what I'm saying about making changes early. There was just no system at all. At times, Brighton were playing us off the park.
Well, you can see why we lost to Palace, can't you? You know,
100%.
You take Matic out of that midfield and you put McTominay in it, and you wonder why we lost last week because you do it again this week, and we're probably losing 3-0 at half time. Matic was the guy that gave that midfield a bit of a platform. And I agree. Exactly. I thought Luke Shaw played well. Robbo FM says Rashford and Pogba need some bench time, make them wake up and up their game. But the options for Rashford aren't good enough.
And this is it. We talk about the squad depth, and Ricky always says about how Matic is our best midfielder, right? And I know that it sounds outlandish. It sounds crazy because obviously Bruno's the provider. All them assists he has since he's come.
Oh, Ricky will be having it.
Yeah, he will be. But what I'm saying is, in terms of what he brings to the midfield on a consistent level, I'm not saying he's the best player in that area. What I'm saying is what he brings on a consistent level to that balance and to that midfield. He's up. He is a very important part of that midfield because as we're seeing, Pogba's not been at it, Bruno's not been at it, and when you need someone who's going to calm the play down, Matic is even like doing quick feet and going past players and having shots. Like he's been brilliant. So you can't. Even I've got to hold my hands up and say there comes a time where you have to just say, do you know what? You have to realise what's going on in the team. The attacking players can blow hot and cold like Bruno and Pogba, but your one constant is that calm in front of the back four who's going to keep things calm, who's going to keep things ticking over, who's going to make the right decisions at the right chance at the right times. And that is Matic consistently. It is. The facts are there. The other players are going to blow hot and cold, and I think that's what we're seeing.
Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, by the way. Bottom right hand corner, we will have my match reaction straight after the game, and then straight after that we'll be live for another hour with our new show which Flex is going to be doing with KG, and it's going to be live and interactive, talking about the game, obviously the game and the wider picture, and we'll be bringing a bit of transfer news into that. So make sure you subscribe if you're new. Keith Keeley says, I think the ref hasn't let the match flow. Not to say it's an excuse for some below average performances, but the players need to give more. Pogba needs to come off before he gets a red card. Too many fouls in the first half, says Martin Wood. He's just not at it. And Ollie needs to be brave and also get off his arse. Just sitting there probably watching Mourinho on Prime. Brighton could be 4-1 up. I mean, I disagree with that, Dylan. I don't think Brighton could be 4-1 up. I know they've hit the post twice in the bar, but De Gea's got all of those covered. It's just, it's hit the post. But what I would say is they are shots and headers on goal, which we haven't had. So I think I think that we're going to see the penalty incident again. Did you think it was a penalty, Flex?
100%. I would. You know what? I was so annoyed at the penalty. Right. I never do this. I thought, let me see what you do live, because I could see you doing a whole Bruno against Aston Villa thing because it's Bruno and going, that's not a bloody penalty. It's not. That's not a penalty. But I'm glad once you calmed down, I saw that you said even that was a penalty, because it was a penalty.
No, when I first saw it, I saw it live. I said that's a penalty, and then the only thing that made me doubt was that when I watched it on the slow-mo, I was like, yeah, but I don't think. I think it's one of those where you just can't do. I mean, they're going to show it now. I don't think he can do anything. I think he actually does stop. He does. He plants his foot. Yeah, he's in a bad position. It's a penalty, but it's not like he's took him out. I mean, I was worried they might get a second yellow for it.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, he's on a yellow, isn't it? Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Look, Wan-Bissaka here as well. Absolutely shocking. What is he doing? What is he doing? He gets a chance there. Just play it back to the keeper. Tries to take him on.
Was that where the penalty came from?
Under pressure, loses it. Awful, shocking. This is what I mean about his feet, Mark, as well. Shit. He's got
did the penalty incident come from that thing from Wan-Bissaka on that side?
Yeah, and then they kept the ball since then, and they went over the other side, and then Bruno gets caught getting too close to Lamptey. Definite pen. This is what I mean. Shocking. Yeah. And Mope is that we deserve that. We deserve that. I felt like a right prat because we was playing so bad. I literally tweeted, "When's our penalty? What time's our penalty then?" And then we go and do that, and then get Panenka down against us. Deserve it. Banter FC first half.
But we got back into it. Luke Shaw driving forward, won the free kick, and then Bruno doing what he can do, deliver it well. Matic, lovely pullback, and Maguire, could have been anybody, but fair play. Maguire's there to whack it in, and the challenge now is second half is you can't have that again. We are lucky to go in at 1-1. I think we would all say that. Flex, I'm just going to pop quickly to the toilet. Actually, let you interact with the chat if that's all right.
Yeah, no problem.
1 minute.
Just obviously, I see on social media everyone just kind of going in. Hold tight. Nello Luis says Flex has a Bruno agenda. Look, it's not a Bruno agenda. It's about calling things as they see, and this is what I'm saying about us as fans. We don't want to have the uncomfortable conversations. Once we've got the favourites, once you've got your pet player, it's like we don't want to criticise them. And look, even me with Pogba, I love Pogba, but the last 3 or 4 months, or when he came back from injury, and even like before that, I've always had to say to myself, when people say to me why they don't think he's very good or why this, that and the other, and I just look at it, I just hear it with open ears. I won't just go, Pogba's the best, shut your mouth, he's the best thing since sliced bread. I just look at the games. I look at the games and look what I'm seeing. And that's why I always say Pogba can be what he wants to be, but he needs to do the simple things well, and he's not doing it. And on Bruno, like, he's not having a good game. Like, why do you have to do this whole agenda thing? Look at him. He's playing crap. He's not playing well. Do you know what I'm saying? First sort of 10, 15 minutes, keep trying the ball over the top, just trying that ball. Wasn't working. Keep deflecting off someone, we're losing the ball. He set one back into centre midfield. They go on the counter-attack, and then they're 2-on-2. Like, these are things that are happening. He gives away the penalty. He's had a poor game. So it's not an agenda against Bruno. It's just saying it as it is. And if you don't like it, maybe that you got to look at the game in more depth. Wan-Bissaka, I've said about his feet so many times. What does he do there? Has the chance to set it back to De Gea or just hook it up the field. Wants to try and dilly-dally on the ball, take touches, get dispossessed, and then we don't see the ball again until we flipping De Gea's picking it out the net for a penalty. So you can look at all these things about agendas, but you've got to call it as it is. And right now, Matic is the most consistent thing we've got in midfield. Facts.
Yeah, I think it's... I was just thinking about it there, and I think it really, to me, I was thinking, you know what? Martial, how many shots on goal has he had? Greenwood, Rashford, Bruno. We're not creating enough chances. So, we can moan about the way we're playing and everything. We can moan about match fitness, but Martial's had no, when we're doing the match ratings in the second half, you're going to struggle to give Martial anything better than a 5, average being 6, but it's not his fault. He had that one bit of play and we scored from it. Rashford got himself offside. I mean, I don't know how he's done that. That should have been a goal. But we're not. I expected us to get at that Brighton back 3, and we've not done it. I expected us to score a few goals today, and we've not done it so far because we're just not creating things, and we're carrying too many players. I know people don't want to hear it because they're all players that we like. Wan-Bissaka's being carried at right back, Paul Pogba's being carried in the midfield, and Marcus Rashford's being carried on the left wing. 3 players. I mean, I saw when we were 1-1, Rashford got it on the edge of the box. Luke Shaw, who, I don't care what anybody says, he never stops running back and forward. Wan-Bissaka, I don't think, has been past the halfway line. Luke Shaw, back and forth. He makes a great run into the box. You think Rashford's just going to feed it to him. He turns the other way, Rashford, and loses the bloody ball, and you're like, oh my God. It's infuriating. And if you've made that 30-yard sprint, it must be really infuriating.
100%. And that's the thing. Luke Shaw gets a lot of stick, but he's been the best player along with Matic in that half. Just always looking to keep bombing on, always looking to make something happen. Wins the free kick from being positive, from being aggressive. He could have just turned back in there and just passed it like he does all too often for my liking. But Luke Shaw can do that, and he's got a good engine. Lamptey going the other way, he's kept him. Well, to be fair, Lamptey's won another pen, to be fair to him, but I think he's done okay on him. Nicked it off him a couple of times, showed him who's boss. But we just need more, and like you said, we're carrying too many players. And that's the issue.
I think I don't expect any. I don't know what people at home think. I do not expect him to make any subs at half time. Do you?
No.
Do you think? I mean, how many managers do you think do? I know fan management's very different to club managements, but I do think, and I did say it before you came on, I do think Jose Mourinho would take Pogba off at half time. Maybe not Lingard, maybe not Rashford, and certainly Wan-Bissaka's not going to get taken off at right back. It's a waste of a sub. But I do think Pogba would be off at half time with proper high end managers.
He would, he would do that. He would definitely bring him off. And do you know what? At the time, look, we all know Jose is right to leave. I'm not trying to go into that, but it just makes you realise when you see things not going well and you see players not doing their job or doing what they're supposed to do, you do need a manager or somebody who's going to make the decision to go get off. Do you know what I mean? But I know Ollie's a man manager and won't want to ruin confidence. And the way Ollie looks at it, because I just know his management style, will be Paul just needs an arm around the shoulder. He needs the confidence. We just need to keep playing him until he gets good. But unfortunately, you do that, Ollie. That's fine. But you do that at the risk of your own job. Do you know what I mean? At the risk of your own reputation, because the longer it goes on, the harder sometimes you need to protect the player. If Ollie keeps him on, I want to see first 10 minutes. If there's no change in what Pogba's doing,
we can't wait till the 70th minute.
Yeah, you've got to bring Van der Beek in. You've got to.
You cannot give Pogba 25 minutes of that second half. And the sad thing for me is I want us to succeed under Ollie, and I believe we can do. I'm not Ollie out. I know some people want to go down that route. I think it's very premature. But we spoke about it on the Friday 8 o'clock show. I said I would start Van der Beek over Pogba if he's not fit, and it's very clear that Pogba's not fit. So to me, that's a bad decision. But we're about to kick off the second half, and there are no subs.
There you go. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. It's not really Ollie's style. Again, only against the players. No disrespect, that are not established. That are not the big players. Your Dan James is your hook. He used to hook Pereiro, might hook McTominay. But in terms of hooking the big boys, I don't think Ollie's got that in him yet, personally, and I'm yet to be proved wrong.
Okay, mate. Well, we'll see you on the show after the match. And thanks for popping on.
Yeah, nice one. Hopefully Pogba can up it. Look, we don't want Pogba to keep playing shit, just to reiterate. It's not a hate thing. I want Pogba to smash it in this next 10 minutes and show why he should continue and grow into the game. But we shall see. But yeah, see you for the post-match stuff.
All right, mate. Speak to you in a bit.
Nice one.
You can follow Flex on Twitter at FlexUTD. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, by the way. We are only 150 subscribers away from 846,000, so keep getting involved. Lots and lots to come still on the channel. We've got match reaction where you can vote for your player ratings in the second half. We've got an hour show after that where we're just chatting away about what's going on. So bottom right-hand corner, subscribe to the channel, get involved in the conversation. Like Mikael Wheely, thanks for the super chat. He says, Bruno's not played well so far, but we need to take Pogba out. Bruno again trying to do most positions. Why is he the only one that has to follow their right back, says Miguel. And Van der Beek in for Bruno and Fred in for Pogba, says Sunshine Digital Media Agency. Ollie knows the United way, but he must remember the Fergie way and buy a hairdryer, says Tom O'Duff. And Connolly wants another penalty, and he's got it. Pogba should have come off at half-time. I cannot believe this is why Pogba should have come off. Pogba should have been off. That is on the manager. Absolute clown. What is Paul Pogba doing here in the box? Well, I don't even know if it's a penalty, you know. I don't think it's a penalty. You know what? To be fair to Pogba, I'm not even sure it's a penalty, but he shouldn't be on the pitch. But Sean Turner says, why didn't he come off? That is not a penalty, to be honest. I mean, to be honest, that is not a penalty, is it? Let's be honest. It's not. He's got his arms like that. The player comes across him. I think it's a soft one, that. I think the Lamptey one is a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. He's going to go and have a look at the screen. This is not a penalty. Come on. Sort yourself out. Sort yourself out. That is not a penalty. Don't give a penalty for that. No. No, ref. If you give a penalty for that, you're a big prat. That is not a penalty. Don't be so bloody stupid. That's not a penalty. Do not give that, ref. Do not give that. He puts his hands in the air. He doesn't trip him. He kicks his own leg back. That's not a penalty. What? How many views do you want? No. Not a penalty. How many times are you going to look at that? He kicks his leg back himself. That's not a penalty. Yes, well done, referee. Gets it right in the end. Never a bloody penalty, that. Rescinds the yellow card as well. Sorry to say this, Mark, but Man United may be the new banter club in place of Arsenal. It breaks my heart. No style, no clue, says Jonathan Matthews. Connolly's not happy. Tell you what, though, it could have been a penalty. It was Pogba's a little bit lucky. To me, I just don't know why Pogba's on the pitch. Take him off. How many kick up the arses do we need? I'm sick of that. There's one header and we're not winning the second ball. That's a lovely ball by Bruno into Greenwood down the right-hand side. That's a free kick throw in. Mark, if we don't get Sancho, how about if Bruno plays on the right wing with Pogba and Van der Beek in the central and Matic is holding? Thoughts, says Ritvik. And watching in Brazil, in the pundits are all asking if Ollie will last until Christmas, says King. And Ollie has had a warning now. He's got away with it. Now get Donny on and Pogba off. He won't do it, mate. I don't even know when he'll make these substitutions. I want Ollie to succeed, but he does not. He just doesn't make his substitutions traditionally very early. Fucking hell. I don't care what anybody says. Everyone who's not a United fan will say that that's a penalty, but it's not. There's no. Pogba puts his arms up and he doesn't even kick out, and the player makes the penalty there. And that's where VAR actually does work quite well, because no, Wan-Bissaka, that's shit. Why are we passing out from the back? Lovely play between Greenwood and Martial this. Move it quicker. Here's Luke Shaw. No, it's going to be Rashford. It's Bruno, sorry. Oh, I thought Martial was going to get on the end of the cross there. How is it premature to be Ollie out with over 270 million spent in 18 months? Also, Bruno is playing trash. You're not saying he should be off, says Solomon. Yeah, we can't sub the whole team, mate. Do you think the players are playing for Ollie, says Jaden Hallett? Matic cannot get booked. Here's Pogba. Come on, Pogba. Into Martial. Into Rashford. Yes! Is he offside? Is he offside? They've given the goal. Get in! Get in, Rashi! Bloody get in! Come on! Come on! The linesman's not... Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's VAR again. We're back in VAR, but this is lovely. Pogba gets it to Martial. We're running at that back three. He's offside. He's offside. He's fucking offside. He's offside. The linesman's just got that wrong. Bloody linesman, do your job. It's offside. Offside. Don't change the score. Forget about it. That's offside. That's just one of those where it's human error, so you think it's right. Bloody hell. Ollie will wait till the 80th minute and expect subs to make a difference, says Vignesh. Two bloody goals from offsides today. Both of them Rashford offside as well. I don't think he can do anything about that. Oh, we relax again. Stand up. So, Brighton have had a penalty struck off for VAR, and we've had a goal struck off for offside from VAR. So, that's a terrible ball by Pogba. When we actually get on the ball, we look quite good. The little combinations look quite good, but there's been so many bad passes in the build-up phase that we can't get the ball quick enough to where it needs to be. Pogba and Wan-Bissaka look way off the pace, says Matthew D. This is better. Oh, get Pogba off. I mean, how many passes is he going to do wrong today? He's got to take him off. Brighton in the box. Oh, he's giving it away again. Oh. It's a lovely ball into Rashford down the left-hand side. Go on, go on! Yes! Get in! Rashford! Get in! Absolutely brilliant. I thought he'd overplayed it. That's the Rashford we want back at Manchester United. Pure class. Pure class. That's fresh. Like a pint of Listerine. Get that down your neck. Absolutely breathtaking. Superb from Marcus Rashford. I want to know who hits this pass. Bruno. Oh, look at the pass by Bruno to get Rashford in and then just sit back and watch this. This is what we want. Puts one player on his arse, puts him on his arse again. Get in! Get in! Get in! Absolutely brilliant. Bruno to Rashford. That's what you came here for. Goosebumps. Absolute goosebumps. Go on! Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He's back. Brilliant. I love it. I love it. What a pass from Bruno. Does he get an assist for that in Fantasy Premier League? This is what I'm talking about, though. This is what you can do to Brighton. When you move the ball quick, this is what you can do to Brighton. Oh, it's coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now. Come on. They've had the bollocking at half time. Here's Luke Shaw. Ref, come on, that was a bloody handball. What a half of football this has been. What a half of football, eh? Thought we were going to concede another penalty. Bruno's looking like he's on it now. Here's Martial on the left. Oh, lay it off, lay it off. Lovely ball out wide to Wan-Bissaka. Better from United now. It's like they've had a kick up the arse. Wan-Bissaka's crap. He's rubbish. Play Bruno at right wing, says Thiago. Yeah, but he can't make that pass that he made there from right wing. Play him on the left. Play him where he plays. Well, Brighton have got to come out now. Come on. That's it. Oh, Bruno, careful. Don't get a second yellow. Bruno vision, haters sod off. The man opens doors, yet people moan he's giving the ball away. Maguire in the box. He's a little bit lucky there. Bloody giving me heart palpitations here. Is he giving a penalty? No. That's the problem with Maguire, though, a lack of pace. I think if we didn't have VAR, he could have had 2 penalties today. I'll tell you what, though, it's edge of the seat stuff. I need to stand up. Mark, I was being sarcastic, says Thiago. Well, Brighton are going to come at us now. Good, well done, Wan-Bissaka there. Move it, Pogba. Oh, if you'd played that quicker, we would have been 1-on-1. Better from United. The press is working better. The main thing about this second half, it's the passing. The passing is better. You can vote for your man of the match. Not your man of the match. You can do your player ratings in about 20 minutes. We'll be knocking out the player ratings. Surely Connolly must get a yellow, flopping himself on the floor like a salmon, says Joshua Bowwater. I don't like this referee. I do not like this referee. My Laurie has a better turning circle than Maguire, says Mark Whitten. Come on, we need these 3 points today. We need these 3 points. You know, the thing is, though, I'm really enjoying this game. I know a lot of you aren't, but I'm really enjoying this second half. Oh, watch out for Marpe. Maguire again. Post. Bloody Maguire again. Those centre-backs are terrible. Fucking hell. They're just absolutely terrible. They're diving in. I mean, it could have been another penalty there. Again, David De Gea's got his angles exactly right. Watch his foot. He saves that. If that's going in, De Gea saves that. I know they've hit the post, and I know we're going to go, oh my God, but David De Gea's got his angles absolutely spot on. If that goes in the bottom corner, his foot stops it. But it didn't go in the bottom corner. But that comes down to defensive frailties again. Maguire and Lindelof not getting tight enough. Robbo FM says, never a penalty. Players are just falling into defenders now, trying to get penalties. My la 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 la. Don Time says Dale Way. Yeah, I don't know why Donny van der Beek is not on the pitch yet. 2 opponents today, Brighton and VAR, but Bruno and Marcus makes an Ollie in result. Come on, United. And thanks for your show, Mark, says Jenks1102. Who's the ref and how was this defence that had 8 clean sheets from 10 games, says Dylan Jeffrey. Defence at centre-backs look trash. Absolutely trash. We need to sign a centre-back. We all knew it at the start of the summer. We need to sign a centre-back. We're terrible. Imagine what Harry Kane's going to do to us next week if we play like this. And Son. We've got all the stability of Garden Gnome FC. This game ain't over as well. There's half an hour to go. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Go on, lay it off, lay it off, lay it off. Go on, Tony. Go on. This is where you hurt, Brighton. Wait for Shaw. Wait for Shaw. Ah, it's not a good ball from Martial. That's a shame. We are lucky to be winning. Poor performance as Matthew D. I think second half we've been much better at moving the ball quicker. And that's allowed us to get at their back four a bit. But Pogba is not moving the ball quickly. Defence looks shaky. Need Van der Beek on the pitch, says Rahul. And shouldn't there be a yellow card for too many simulations, says Marky. Oh, here we go. Brighton in the box again. Lindelof blocks the cross. I actually am. I'm really stunned that Andrew Gallo says, "Oh, you're such a hypocrite, Mark. You were all for banning Rashford." I think Rashford could have been subbed off at half time. I mean, it's to his credit that he scored the goal, but we're not bloody we're not psychics. I mean, like, that goal's fantastic. And, that's where Ollie got it right. Ollie's got it right on Rashford. Of course he has. But I probably would have thought about subbing him off at half-time. Yeah, and I don't think there was any reason not to do that. But Ollie's been justified in not doing it. But with Pogba, I just think we're running a risk here. Why is Fred coming on instead of Donny? What is Ollie doing? If he takes Matic off, I'm Ollie out, says Sean Turner. We've got to get hold of that midfield. And I think the best way of getting hold of that midfield is to take Pogba off. The post is United's best defender, says Emil. I don't really care, as long as it doesn't go in. Well, Pogba seems to be playing in a more advanced midfield position at the moment, and Bruno seems to have swapped with Pogba. So I wonder if he's going to take Bruno off. Which would be madness. Mark, I thought I would never say this, but I would like the club to... no, Pogba is coming off. Hit rock bottom, because no matter what happens, Glazers need to go, says Brian Murphy. And Pogba criticism is unfair. He's been disciplined and responsible at the back. Ollie obviously instructed him to sit deeper with Matic because our centre-backs are crap. Well, Dominic, no, I don't think the Pogba criticism is unfair because he's played badly. You can talk about discipline, whatever you like. His passing's been poor. He's been caught in possession a lot. I mean, Pogba himself knows he's had a bad game there, but to be fair to Pogba, he's clearly not match fit. Kick him Club Woodward says Flawless God. So we've got Fred on for Pogba now, which should give us a bit more in the midfield. I mean, I would have brought Donny on, but it's a little bit more defensive stability, isn't it? I'm more than happy with Fred on the pitch. I just think that Pogba needed to come off. I would have brought Van der Beek on, but Fred just goes in with a quick tackle there to let people know he's there. Wan-Bissaka is the most overrated player we've had, says Robert McCormack. I think Wan-Bissaka's a really good player, but I think Pogba is just not nowhere near match ready. Umesh says he's got Donny van der Beek on Fantasy Premier League. I did tell you at the start of the season, don't do that. Very risky to do that, and it's ultimately, if he comes on, if he doesn't come on, you'll be all right, but it is risky to do it. I've got Anthony Martial as captain, so I'm an idiot. I don't think a lot's changed in this game, though. I mean, look, Bruno Fernandes has had a big part to play in both of our goals. I think Matic has been I would still say probably man of the match. I think Luke Shaw's played very well. I think the centre-backs have been shaky. I think De Gea, actually, despite the post being hit 3 times, hasn't had to make a save, apart from the penalty, which is always hit and miss. So I don't think you can... I think De Gea and Martial have had very similar games, really. You know, you can't criticise them because they haven't really had a lot to do. Wan-Bissaka's been poor. Pogba was poor. Bruno has had one of those games again where he's probably not been great, but he's had massive parts in both the goals. Rashford, apart from the goal, and the goal was brilliant, has not had a brilliant 90 minutes. Greenwood as well, and Martial. So it's been a very, very mixed performance from Manchester United. Someone's got to put a tackle in there. De Gea, good one. Thanks for the contribution, Josh McCluskey. So how long have we got left? 23 minutes. Plenty of time. Plenty of time for this game to move either way. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Just while I've got a little bit of a break in the play. Oh, I've just had a goal notification. Bottom right-hand corner, we're only 30 subscribers away from 846. Here's Bruno. Look, what? Martial on his own. Oh, Tony, get it out your bloody feet, mate. Full-time prediction, says Rory. Well, it's not normal that we'd have that with 20 minutes to go, that we're in this tentative stage. A few people are saying it'll be a draw. Cold, isn't it? Just had one of the writers saying what a manic game. It will be one of our more difficult match reports to do. I don't think what I would say is I don't think it's going to end 2-1. I think hopefully, like VU Flamey says, it's going to end 3-1 to Manchester United. Donny's warming up. Woodward's in the crowd. I don't think Martial's been poor. I think, you know, his link-up play has been pretty good. I mean, we just can't get him a shot on goal. As a striker, that's what you live off, isn't it? That's what you're judged off. I mean, Rashford's not had a great game, but that goal was superb. This is what United need to do more of. Get used to the ball. Move the ball. In the final third, have the ball, move the ball about. Make Brighton have to make mistakes themselves. We were very good at this last season, towards the end of the season, and we've just not got into our flow. And I think if we can start to do this more... Well done, Martial. Lovely play. Go on, have a shot, Bruno. Oh... Nearly Martial. Good tackle by the Brighton defender. We need to take Pogba off, put Donny on, and we also need Nacho, Greenwood and James is not cutting on the right, says Josh McCluskey. Pogba's gone off and Fred is on, Josh. Lovely ball by Bruno into Martial, and it's a good tackle. Oh, I tell you what, it wasn't far off being a penalty. Martial nearly getting through. Henderson got praise for having a very similar game to David's today. It will be interesting to see people's reaction if things keep going this way, says Rulif. And it just shows Van der Beek is back up for Bruno, Fred is for Pogba, and Matic and Scott will be fighting CDM role. And Ollie is alive as my granddad. And he is dead, says the Panshu. That's not, I think it's very disrespectful, that is, but there you go. 20 minutes to go. You Ollie haters might get your own way and Brighton might equalise, because it seems to me that that's just, you know, some United fans just want us to lose. I want United to win. Brighton are on the attack here, though. Every time they're on the attack, I panic. I think defensively we've looked shaky, especially down the right-hand side of Wan-Bissaka. That's a foul on David De Gea. Just need that third goal to put this game to bed. Look at Bruno doing all the running again. Brighton are going to make a sub. I'll tell you what as well, you know, let's be fair, second half, we've not heard much about Lamptey, have we? Not really heard much about Lamptey at all, which shows that United have done their bit. Well, it was Rashford who scored as well. Lindelof, just put it out. If in doubt, kick it out. Oh, for God's sake, he's just passed it to Morpay, Lindelof. What did I say? If in doubt, kick it out. I didn't say, if you're a prat, pass it to Morpay. Bloody hell. I mean, it's just unnecessary pressure on your own side. Good tackle, Luke Shaw. Come on your toes. Into Luke Shaw. And your toes, Rashford. That's a foul. So yeah, give her a yellow card as well. Lovely running by Luke Shaw there. Takes the pressure off. Wins the foul. Gets a yellow card. Made the tackle in the first place. That is wing play. Luke Shaw, fantastic today. Connolly comes off for Brighton. Lallana comes off as well. And what I would say is Brighton are missing their best midfielder who got sent off last week. Well, I don't know whether he's their best midfielder, but he's certainly... I think he would have caused Pogba a few problems on Pogba's performance today. Very energetic, Basuma. But it's a free kick opportunity here for Harry Maguire to try and get on the end of a Bruno Fernandes cross. It can happen, I believe. So Bruno with the cross here. To be fair, Fred might take it. Second ball. Oh, Martial with the shot. Bruno into Martial. Dinky cross. Oh, headed away. Go on, Greenwood. Pass. Oh, second ball. Nah, it's got to go to Martial. Quicker than that. Poor ball by Luke Shaw. Can't get it out of the man's who wants us to lose just to hate on Ollie, says Brandon Coombs. There's a third goal in this game for United. Harry Maguire wins the header. Let's get that third goal. Let's get the win. Now it's Brighton on the attack. Where's Wan-Bissaka? It's the bar. Where is Wan-Bissaka today? What is that? Can somebody tell me where Wan-Bissaka is today? What the hell is he doing? Quite honestly, one of the worst right-back performances I've ever seen. Awful. Lovely by Bruno into Greenwood. Oh, he's had him there. He's not stupid. Bruno wants it. Go on, Martial, I'll have that. Rashford, hit it, hit it! Oh. I tell you what though, it could have been 2-2 there. I've got no idea. Answers on a postcard. Where was Aaron Wan-Bissaka then? He's had a bloody nightmare. Watching the United stand, probably, yeah. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. 15 minutes to go. I'm just going to find out. The Wan-Bissaka, the ghost of Manchester, says Vignesh. One a really bad performance. I mean, I don't know whether we can get Fosu Mensah on. It probably would be worthwhile. Player ratings are open if you want to go and do it on the United Stand website. I'm just going to check if it's open, actually. Yeah, terrible performance from Wan-Bissaka today. And, you know, there's nothing De Gea can do about that one. Yeah, theunitedstand.com. It's on the homepage. You can do your player ratings. I'm just going to drop the link in the video description for everybody anyway. But 6 is average. You mark them out of 10. Mark all your players out of 10. Then when you get, and also put your man of the match, put a star on your man of the match, and then at the bottom it says submit your score. But you've got to put a star on your man of the match as well as doing all the players. It's getting a little bit tense, this game now. 13 minutes to go. Many would say Brighton deserve a draw. And Brighton are on the ball now with Lamptey. I'll tell you what, it's gonna give me heartburn, this. Links in the video description for the player rating show. As I said, give every player a mark out of 10, 6 being average, so you can go below average, above average. Obviously 6 is the average. And Martial should have played that quicker. And just put a star on your man of the match, and then it will say submit score at the bottom when you've given everyone a score. Where the fuck is Wan-Bissaka again? Corner to Brighton. Brighton deserves the win, says Dean Hayes. Well, I don't know about that. Welcome to the Members Club, Dimitri. Thanks for joining. Dazu says, Ollie slow to make changes. Yes, he had early change today, but he should have made more by now. But Bruno on the right and Van der Beek in the number 10, says Dazo W. Cross comes in, get it out. Go on, Mason. Can you please add the goalpost to the match rating so that we can hand it to the man of the match for his defensive contribution, says the contrarian. Here's Rashford. On his own into Martial. There's lots of Brighton players back here. Martial's got it in the box, but we're just going to have to retain the ball here. Rashford. Fred's the ball. Wan-Bissaka's been the invisible man today, says Matthew D. Could you do a shout out to Isaac and Andrea on their engagement today, says Daniel Brady. Big shout out to Isaac and Andrea. I hope you have a happy life together. Are we going to start playing Van der Beek with the second team where he can't do anything, says Vignesh. And it's actually Greenwood's man, not Aaron Wan-Bissaka's, says Marky. And looks like Eric Bailly is going to get brought on here. I don't know. We're probably going to go 5 at the back, aren't we? For 10 minutes. Jose time. It's Jose time. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was pressing very high up the pitch, up to Martial's position. They passed it around him to Lamptey, who ghosted Shaw, and with that space, switched it into the space behind Aaron Wan-Bissaka, says Ash G. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka's been trashed today, mate. You can make whatever mind up you want to do about that. I think he's been awful. Eric Bailly's going to come on. I can't think who we're going to bring him on for other than we're going to go 5 at the back, I think. I think he'll take Greenwood off and go 5 at the back. 2 up front. Welcome to the Members Club, Paul Moss. Thanks for joining. 10 minutes to go. That's a foul. And it's a yellow card. Wan-Bissaka looks like he's playing as a centre-back, not happy at all, says Pratic. I think it's the problem of playing with Lindelof, to be honest. Not Fergie times now, bloody 5 at the back times, says Jack Brown 852. Lewis Dunk's just been booked. Yeah, Greenwood comes off and Eric Bailly comes on, 5 at the back. Seven minutes to go. Oh, Martial. Keeper's tackled him. Offside. It's been a tough watch, this game. Right side of defence is so non-existent. The post is the reason why players will get higher ratings. No difference between the Crystal performance, says Udit Begnaga. 50 million for this right back. Let that sink in, says Red Baron. Oh no, but you know, people seem to be unable to look past an agenda. Like people will say Luke Shaw was shit today. He's been one of our best players, but people won't give Wan-Bissaka any, you know, a bad performance because they like him. And I think Wan-Bissaka, I like Wan-Bissaka, but he's not been very good today. Now that could be for many reasons. My reasoning is the same as Pogba's. I just don't think he's been fit. You know, where's Donny van der Beek? I probably would have brought Donny van der Beek on as well. I think that, you know, that's something I want to talk about in the match reaction, the subs. Brighton on the attack. Back post again. And Wan-Bissaka again. You've got a back 5 now. What's the excuse now? He's playing in a back 5. Like, people wanted to blame it on Greenwood. He's playing in a back 5 now. And he's playing like a right. Look at Wan-Bissaka's position. He's marking Eric Bailly. That is all on Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We're playing a back 5 and there's somebody on the back post not marked. Terrible. We make teams look like Champions League finalists, says Duggan. I just don't like Wan-Bissaka because he can't control a football, says Red Baron. If we make no defensive signings in this window, I'll be very anxious about our season ahead. Our defending has been atrocious, says Stephen DeLang. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And remember, you, the United Stand audience, are the deciders in the best way ever of doing player ratings, because it's voted for by you. In my match reactions, which will follow this video, I will give my player ratings on the screen, but when I'm clicking mine, it will flash up yours through the website, which will be, if we've got 5,000 votes, it will be an aggregated 5,000 votes for each player. The most accurate Manchester United player rating system in the world, and it's voted for by you. So if you want to do it, the link is in the video description. It will take you to the website. You mark your players out of 10, 6 being average, and we go from there, and we'll talk about it in the match reaction. So get on with that. Shows how little faith Ollie has in the team or his own abilities that we used to go for the killer kill. Now we sit back and hold on. Weak mentality. Yep. Ollie doesn't have the confidence in the centre-backs to play Van der Beek and Bruno together, says Abhishek. And we need a centre-back. Stephen DeLang, if we now make no new sense sign in the window, I'll be very anxious. So I think we've read that one as well. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. I'm getting very anxious and I'm talking fast because they have got a free kick here. Sorry, a corner over the bar. About 5 minutes to go. I think we're into that state. Well, I think we know where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is. So I think we're in the same stage now where we are just very much trying to just get the 3 points. I don't think we're trying to win this game anymore by any more goals. I don't think the man of the match. He probably, well, we'll talk about that in the match reaction, but for me, it's probably Donny van der Beek's going to come on for 2 minutes. 2 minutes he's going to come on for. We've had 2,500 votes on the player ratings. Remember, you can do that through the link in the video description. Get your player ratings in. Another chance for Brighton to whip a cross in. You know, I can honestly say that Brighton don't deserve to lose this game. But I didn't think that they deserved to lose against Chelsea, to be honest with you, a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, such is life. The cross has gone for nothing anyway. So Donny van der Beek comes on for, what, a couple of minutes for Martial. We've got to get, I tell you what, whatever your thoughts are, we've got to get these 3 points. 5 minutes added on and we've only had a minute of it. Please subscribe if you're new. We're only 100 subscribers away from 846,500. Thanks everyone who has tuned in, by the way. The conversation doesn't end here. I think my match reaction follows this, player ratings, and then we've got a new show for an hour after that where Flex, KG, Sophie, Xander, live comments are going to talk about all the issues at Manchester United. I think it's going to be a very interesting show. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk about tactics and the way that we've played and transfers. So we're not going anywhere for a few hours yet on the United Stand. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved. I think we've got a very big week in the transfer window to come. We've got a very big 4 minutes here. We need these 3 points. We took nothing from Crystal Palace last week. A draw would be a catastrophe for United. We've got to get these 3 points. And again, Wan-Bissaka is the side that they go at. And it's a corner. Didn't need to go to ground. Pathetic. Pathetic that is from Wan-Bissaka. Why are you going to ground to give her a corner away? There's no relevance to that. I'll tell you what, I'm going to struggle to give... Talk about player ratings. I'm going to struggle to give Wan-Bissaka a 3 out of 10. Awful. Cam Chaz, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. But again, you've got to look at that performance and say, why is he still on the pitch? It gets to a point where a player is playing so badly that you should probably take them off. Luke Shaw with the header away there. It's a good header as well. Second ball. Close him down. Good block, whoever that was. Was it Eric Bailly and Luke Shaw? Cross is going to come in. De Gea. It wasn't offside. My life, what a save by De Gea. What a save by De Gea, that is. What a save, David. And now it's Donny van der Beek. I don't think he's got a lot of pace. I'd have to see that back again. I think United was shouting for offside. Rashford. He's offside. United was shouting for offside on a chance for Brighton. It never looked like he was offside. Here it goes. It's chucked back in. He's never offside. I don't know what United are shouting for. It's a great chance. And De Gea, 6 yards out. Keeper just does his job, really. But, it wasn't a world-class save. But it's a big save. Oh, God. Stand up. I can honestly say that Brighton deserve not to lose. I'm not going to lie. They don't deserve to lose. But that's not the way football works. Close it down, Fred. They're going to attack Wan-Bissaka. They've done it all bloody game. Go on, Harry. Head on that. Oh, God, come on. About a minute left to go. Lamptey. Someone's got to go and get him there. Oh, they just keep getting it out to Wan-Bissaka's side all the time. Bang. Oh, we just got to get rid of it. Oh, they're still on the attack. Cross comes in. They got a goal. They've got a fucking goal. I can't believe it. Just absolute shit. Absolute shit. Wan-Bissaka again. Absolute shit. It's like bloody watching lifeless statues. It's like the bloody Garden Gnome FC on sleeping pills. Absolute crap. 5 at the back. 5 at the back and we concede at the end. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I mean, who is marking him again? Wan-Bissaka in nowhere again. absolutely unbelievable. Ah, friggin' hell. Oh, just don't believe it. I can't. That is it's literally the last bit of the game. Last bit of the game. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. It's the right result. It's the right... I'm not going to deny that. It's definitely the right result, but... United have got a corner here late on, but... 2-2, it's 2-2. Yeah, it is 2-2. Corner comes in. Off the line! Why is Harry Maguire running round like it was not over the line? It's clearly headed it off the line. Oh, I don't even know what's going on now. I don't know what's going on now. Man United are saying there should be a handball, but I think the referee's already blown the whistle. Maguire heads it. He puts his... It's a handball. It is a handball. It's a handball. That is a bloody handball. Like, Maguire's right. He's put his hand up. And then the referee's blowing the whistle. It's a handball. It's a handball. Definitely a handball. He's got to go and look at the monitor. It's a handball. This is a handball. It's a handball. Shut up. This is a handball. It's a penalty. This is definitely a handball. That is a penalty. You've got to give the penalty. He's got to give the penalty. He's put his hand in an unnatural position. If that's a penalty against Lindelof last week, that's a penalty now. This has got to be a penalty. 100%. 100%. No messing about. He's given the penalty. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Morpay's fucked it at the end. Get in. Come on. We've got to score it yet. We've got to score it. Morpay has screwed it up at the end. Come on. It's a penalty. I don't care whether you're Brighton, Bournemouth, Bolton, whatever. That is a bloody penalty. Oh, my life. This needs to go in. Oh. Bruno. You know what? You know what? I saw Jorginho miss a penalty last week. I'm not... anything can happen here. This penalty doesn't normally miss. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's heart will be racing more than ours. What a pressure penalty this is. Everybody who hates Bruno and Manchester United is going to be wishing this doesn't go in. Player ratings you can do through the link in the video description. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. I'm just filling time. I'm just filling time. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please, he's got to score this. The thing about this penalty routine is everyone thinks it's always going to go in. But actually, if the keeper guesses right, he will save it. Yes! Get in! Bruno Fernandes! Get in! Get in! Get in! Like a woodpecker in a wood factory, he's having the time of his life. Morpay has messed it up at the end. And Bruno gets the 3 points for United. Yes! Yes! From agony to ecstasy. That is it. Get away from the referee, you stupid seagulls. That is a goal. That is a win. That is massive. Come on! Who's with me? Who's with me? That's United. That's United. Take your negativity and smoke it. Get in. We never give in. We never give in. Come on. Come on. Come on. All those lot will be there with the ready Ollie out crap. Oh, no tactics, PE teacher, Ollie the Wally. Shut up and sit down. Are you celebrating or are you actually crying inside because you haven't got the negativity spin you wanted? Come on. We're here. We're fighting. We're fighting till the end. Get in. If you don't support Manchester United, you don't celebrate that. Come on. That is a massive, massive 3 points. A massive win. We were dead and buried. We're on our arse. We go up the other end. We get a bloody corner. Harry Maguire wins the header with a header that was nearly going in. And then Bruno Fernandes. That there is why Bruno Fernandes is worth his weight in gold. That pressure penalty to steal the points. Woo! Woo! Football, eh? Football, eh? Bloody hell. Football, bloody hell. Exactly. That is absolutely, well and truly, unbelievable. 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 What a game. What a game. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with that. From absolute agony to ecstasy. To get that result, absolutely magnificent. Anyway, I'll talk for England here. Let's get on to the match reaction. You can do your player ratings. The link's in the video description. Go to theunitedstand.com. Do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10. 6 is average. I'm going to go through player ratings, match reaction. Link in the video description. I'm going to be live in about a minute or two to digest that game and talk it through. What a game. What a result. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. And join me on the match reaction where we'll go through all of that. See you in a minute.